All right. What's up? Happy Tuesday. Anybody who's already here? And thank you for being here. Let's get it started. No? Yes, Haas has been banned. Another fucking bot. Fuck you, bots. I hate you. Get out of here. All right, well, why don't we just get started, huh? Oh, got a hello from Stella. What's up, Stella? How are you? Yes, exactly, Boobon. Yes, echoing what I said. Did you forget how to use the dungeon stuff? You gotta redeem it. You don't even have to use the dungeon command. Did you forget how it works? Or are you just trying to do it in a different order? Is that what you're doing? You're trying out a different order? There is no dungeon now? There is a dungeon, yeah. It's just, you haven't activated it yet. You gotta open the dungeon first. The timer shouldn't be where it's at, though. If that was confusing you, because the timer, it just does that every time I switch scenes. Here you go. The dungeon should be open, but no one's activated it yet. So you gotta do that first. But I saw the door shut. Yeah, you saw the door shut because, I can't make OBS stop doing that when I switch scenes. Like, check it out. If I switch to, like, multicam and then come back, unfortunately, to like, close the door. Oh, it didn't. Well, fuck me then. I think it's like when it's halfway through. Maybe that's what it is. I know it does it at some point. So if I turn on the timer on, and then let's say the timer is like halfway through, and then I switch. I think it restarted, does it? No, I'm a liar. I don't know why it was closed then, because it should have been open. Weird. Oh, maybe it stops playing when I'm not in there, and I haven't been sitting in here for 10 minutes. Maybe that's what it is. That's probably what it was. Okay. Man, I was getting very confused about how that worked, that's for sure. But we're good now. Saw the door down, so I thought somebody had activated it. Yeah, no, you're good. I see what you're saying. Yeah, unfortunately, my UI isn't 100% perfect, but I have limitations. So how are you today? I know it's a little eerily quiet, but I usually like to, say hello before we get started, you know what I mean? I'm having a pretty good day. Finally got that weird stuff at work figured out, so I don't get locked out of my computer anymore, so that was nice. I actually got something done today. Not much, but something. And what's the other thing I was gonna say? Oh yeah, I made some more pasta sauce tonight for dinner, and I think I did a pretty good job this time. I got a pretty good flavor going on, but I could use more of the flavor. I think I'm under seasoning it every time, but I like what I came up with this time. I will say that. I had my secret ingredient this time was a little bit of cinnamon in there, which really kind of filled like a hole in the entire like flavor profile, which I thought was really cool. Oh yeah, I always use my homegrown basil. That's why I actually make the pasta sauce in the first place, though. It's just so I have something to use that freaking basil in, because it keeps coming. So yeah, I use that basil anytime I can, pretty much. I don't use it in every meal though, because you don't want to get sick of basil. But oh yeah, I'm trying to use that stuff up. I got too much. There we go. Now it closed for real this time. I had a really good day and just completed my dietitian session. Hell yeah, that's awesome. I hope your session went well. Got the chat monitor is working. You are looking straight ahead again. Yep, yeah. It was. I had a weird thing today. I think what it was is my my raise and lower my desk. The power cable for that guy gets real taut when it goes all the way up. And today what happened is it got even worse because I guess because when I was moving around my capture card down there, it made it so that the HDMI that's connected to the capture card was hooking onto the power strip that this thing's plugged into when I raised up, so it would like move the entire power strip and then make it fall off of this like my little sub down there, and then that would pull this real taut, and then it made what happened happen last night. So it was like basically getting unplugged. But the weird thing about this getting unplugged is when I plug it back in, my computer doesn't automatically recognize it. I have to unplug it from the graphics card, plug it back in. So kind of weird, but you gotta figure it out. And I repositioned it too, so now it should be more sturdy where it's at. And I also added an extension onto the power cable now, so now there's no tautness at all in the cable. It has plenty of space now to come up and down. It doesn't look as pretty back there, but to be honest, didn't look pretty in the first place. So But yeah, I am glad to have it working too. I even have it like pointed down a little bit more, so I think it's maybe a little bit easier for me to see. I don't have any glare on it anymore, and there may have been a little bit of glare before, so that's nice. Anyways, let's go see Dolus, huh? Into the dungeon. So like eerily quiet when there's no music in the game, you know? I guess I could have some chill beats going, but let's just listen to Dan's stuff.
Oh, it's so dark in here. What the fuck's going on? And the camera's all messed up? Son of a bitch, Domm, what did you do? You leave for just a few hours and then Domm fucks everything up. There we go. Alright, are you ready for this, Stella? Alright, let's see. And roll. You got the 16, right? Yes, you got a 16. Alright, you win. Fair enough. Ooh, look, the button was working. Good job, Domm. Alright, see you later.
Welcome back. And that congrats mission should be working. Nice. Can I assume that you're going to get those cards for yourself, Stella? All right, so should we go ahead and start this? Weird setups are always needed first to get awesome setups. Yeah, that can be. Or a lot of money, I guess. Because a lot of money would fix it with like the perfect solution, you know what I mean? I just had to use a solution, not the solution. Because I think what I'd ultimately like is to mount a power strip to the desk. The desk needs one mounted to the bottom of it. If it's going to move up and down, and some of these power cables I've had to do some special stuff with, and I think one of these days I'm just going to have to mount a power strip on the bottom of it. That'll be the best thing. Yeah, without Domm, there's no you can fuck up whatever you want. So yeah, there you go. Card duty activated. Awesome. All right, here, let's get into this one. So hold up. Where were we last week? We had just ended with, I think the last thing we did was the the testimony of, oh, what was his name? The little kid, right? I don't remember what his name was. But, yeah, and he had testified, and we found out that the Jack Hammer was the one that was in the picture. It was not the Steel Samurai. It was the guy who plays the evil magistrate. He was the one in the Steel Samurai's costume. And he was trying to, I guess, frame Steel Hammer because he did do the limp. Because the Steel Hammer's leg was wounded or whatever. So he you know, that was in the picture. But we saw another picture of Jack Hammer as a Steel Hammer in front of Studio 2. And so I think that's just about all we got, like, concrete wise. But we've basically found out that the people who, like the producer and the director and stuff, they were lying. They were definitely lying. Because they definitely saw Jack Hammer at one point. And so I think the idea is they must have placed Jack's body there after the fact. Trying to, I guess, frame like Will, right? I think his name is Will, the guy who plays the Steel Samurai. So I think that's kind of the going theory. Was it Cody? Yeah, Cody Hackins? Is that what his name? Because I remember his last name had something to do with the sword thing. So maybe it was Hackins, Cody Hackins. Does that sound about right? I think that's about where we're at now. So I think we're going to have to maybe do some more investigating. I'm not sure. I guess we're probably going to have to talk to some more people. We need somebody else to testify. But honestly, like, we had the director testify before. He should testify again because he definitely committed perjury, right? Like, I mean, we should take him in because he certainly lied. We have pretty much evidence of that now. Had to be someone in that meeting, right? So yeah, I wonder. That one lady was pretty standoffish, so it's hard to really like know if she would be involved or not. But yeah, because they were eating dinner, they had those steaks out on that table, and so they were outside during when the murder happened. So they had to have seen it or been involved in it. And so yeah, I must have to get someone in that meeting to testify. That must be what we're doing next. Hey, what's up, Vince? That was a close one, huh, Mia? Really? Too bad. I'm sorry I missed it. Huh? Maya? So, what happened? Well, I think I've got a pretty good idea who did it. Now all I need is a motive and proof. Wow, good going, Nick! Under the initial trial system, tomorrow is the last day we have. An initial trial? What's that? That's a new court system they introduced 2 or 3 years ago. They had so many cases in the system, they decided to speed up the whole process. You know, I'm going to turn down the game a little bit with this one, because I noticed on the playback that the little dee-dee-dee-dee-dee is pretty loud. So hold up. Hey, what's up, Moonbreeze? How are you? The producer was super sus. Yeah, I mean, she's kind of sus. I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell, because she could just be that way, but yeah, I guess it is kind of a suspicious thing that she was so standoffish, right? I almost feel like the director was kind of sus in a way, but maybe his just eccentricness is what's making me feel that way. He was just always all sweaty. And I guess, I don't know, he can be sweaty without being, like, nervous, I guess. That's kind of what I was thinking. I don't like the assistant. Oh, yeah, that little assistant girl. She wasn't over there, though. I think she's actually in the clear now, because it had to be somebody in that meeting because of the head had fallen down, and she was, well, I guess we don't know exactly where she was at 2:30, but she was at that practice before, and she claims to be over in that studio then. I don't know. We certainly don't have any evidence on her, but maybe we'll get some this time. All right, let me see. Sorry, just trying to set the audio up real quick. Okay, so hopefully that'll make that not so loud. Okay. They had so many cases in the system, they decided to speed up the whole process. So under that system, trials have to end in 3 days? Yeah, pretty much. Well, we've no time to waste. Should we talk to Will? Let's just go talk to Will and see if we got anything to say to him. We haven't talked to him in a while. He also asked if she was a suspect. Oh, that's true, yeah. I guess I totally forgot about that. That is pretty sus. That's a sus action, right? If I've watched it, I have watched enough that chapter to know that's pretty suspicious. October 19th, Detention Center, Visitors Room. Mr. Wright, you did very well again today, thank you. Oh, thanks. Could you not look like you're about to burst into tears? Wow, Nick, you must have really wowed him in there. And could you wipe that grin off your face? Hey, WP, only 1 day left. Let's make it count. Yes, though there's not really anything I could do to help. I'm not really sure what I can do either. Please, this is no laughing matter. Producer Vasquez. Could you tell me more about Miss Vasquez? Oh, the producer? She's well respected in the industry. They say she's a genius. A genius? She's been at Global Studios for 5 years now. Right or wrong, nobody dares tell her different these days. Why is that? Ever since she came on board, we've had nothing but hits. Global Studios was on its knees, but she picked it up and made it shine. Oh, and what? Nothing, forget it. I've only heard rumors anyhow. Oh, what are these rumors, huh? We're not gonna press him on that? Hold it! Director Manila. Can you tell me anything about Mr. Manila? Oh, he used to be a minor straight-to-video director, but something in his work caught Vasquez's eye. She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Now everyone knows the name Sal Manila. I hear he's pretty much at her beck and call, though. Whenever she says jump, he asks how high and all that. Forgot about the inner voice. I can imagine him being at her beck and call, though I can't imagine him jumping. He'd be sweating even more if he did that. If she made it shine, why are they in financial problems? Well, no, they aren't in financial problems anymore still. That's been what they've been saying, is that they used to have really bad financial problems, and then she came and fixed all that, because all they've had is hits. But they had them before she got there. At least that's how I've been understanding what they're saying. I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. He was a big star back in the day, right? But then he just dropped off the face of the earth. Oh. Yes, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I started this business. But he just stopped taking on big roles. That's when he began appearing in little productions at Global. How could he do that? I was really looking forward to a sequel to Samurai Summer. He just gave up on being a star 5 years ago. Actually, now that I think about it, that was right when Miss Vasquez came to Global. 5 years ago. Didn't the old bag lady say they were still in bad financial state? I don't remember that. I mean, I definitely could have just forgotten that. Like, I forgot about the question that Vasquez asked earlier. But I don't think so. I don't remember her saying that. I remember her talking specifically about Jack Hammer's career and how he's not as big a star as he used to be, and he deserves to be the star. But I don't remember her talking about the financial stuff currently being bad. Did she make a big deal about the steaks at lunch? I do not remember that, guys. Maybe you guys have a better memory than I do, but I'm the one reading it, and I do not remember that at all. All I've ever heard them say is that they were in a bad financial state, and now ever since the producer came, she's a genius because she's gotten them all this money. That's all I remember, because they said that multiple times. So I guess we'll see if that comes into to play, I guess. But I really don't remember that, guys. I mean, the Steel Samurai being such a huge hit, that just doesn't make any sense. Right? I guess that's what you're trying to point out, right? Also, is that's kind of an inconsistency, but I don't know. All right, lady, what?
The old windbag sure is quiet today. You know, this place is really peaceful like this. Nick? I think her guard's down.
Yeah?
I bet we could even eat those donuts in her guard station if we wanted. You eat, you die. Phew, she's alive.
I was wondering about Dee Vasquez, the producer.
Oh, the studio bigwigs love her. So she always gets her way.
She seems bitter. Do you not like the producer?
Look, the studio people don't want me talking about her, so sorry.
All right. Can I ask you about Sal Manila, the director?
Sal? He's a soft pushover. Does whatever Vasquez tells him to. She treats him like dirt, but I think he likes it.
Huh? Why would anyone like being treated like dirt? That doesn't make any sense, does it, Nick? No, it doesn't, Maya. About Mr. Hammer.
Heard about what you said today, cheeky whippersnapper. Poor old Hammer. You dragged his star down from the sky and stomp on it. Calling him a criminal, a thief. I won't forget this.
Uh-oh, she's really pissed this time.
Listen to me, whippersnapper. My poor old Hammer would never do such a thing. Why would he steal Powers' costume so he could sneak by me? He would never stoop so low. It's impossible.
And she's really worked up about that. Alright, so I guess we should go over to Studio 2. Kinda wanna see if anybody's in the employee area real quick while we're over here.
October 19th, Global Studios, employee area.
I guess they're not filming today either. I did want to see them filming just one time. This trial will be over and done by tomorrow. You can come see them film later. I guess. This is where you found that bottle of sleeping pills, right? Uh-huh. I wonder if there are any clues lying around.
Yeah! No touching. Eek!
Uh-oh, Gumshoe's on the scene. I like Gumshoe.
Oh, sorry, pal. Didn't mean to frighten you.
Didn't mean? I almost had a heart attack.
I guess I can be a little dramatique at times. I suppose it's the actor in me.
Dramatique indeed.
Anyway, I'm here to examine the plate on that table.
Wait, are you looking for sleeping pills?
Yeah, pal. Traces thereof.
So you're looking for traces of the sleeping pills. How?
For a thorough examination, I gotta take the plate back to the precinct. But I have the capabilities to make a cursory examination right here. Our science guy gave me some testing solution. This reacts to these sleeping pills, see? If there are traces, it'll change color.
Wow, neat.
Well, Detective Gumshoe, what are you waiting for? Now, everything in due time, pal. Well, the testing solution on the plate changed color, all right. So the food on the plate had been laced with sleeping pills. Looks like it. Steak plate added to the court record. All right, now we got this dirty plate in the evidence. Where do we put it? In a Tupperware? The investigation. How goes your investigation? To tell you the truth, it's a real mess, pal. Some people think we should pursue the case we already have against Powers. And some people think we should switch suspects. What do you think, Detective Gumshoe? Well, pal, I hate to admit it, but I'm not sure I buy the case against Mr. Powers anymore. I feel kind of bad for Mr. Edgeworth, though. And what about Prosecutor Edgeworth? How is Edgeworth doing anyway? Mr. Edgeworth is out of control. He was in the waiting room and he crushed the paper cup with hot coffee in it. Whoa. Talk about burns, pal. I knew the stakes would come into play. Yeah, you were right with that. But we did that last week, right, Stella? Or maybe, did you miss the end of last week, Stella? Because that was the big thing, was that he definitely drugged him, because we used the pill bottle to prove that that it was Jack Hammer, basically. That was one of the pieces of evidence. Wow, the fury of Edgeworth. Yeah, crushing paper cups. Cups? Bottles? Say, whatever happened to that empty bottle? No, the bottle of sleeping pills? Well, I got some good news for you about that. They found the victim Jack Hammer's prints on the bottle. Yeah, we knew it. We told him to check for prints. So that means... Yep, sounds like the one who put Powers to sleep was none other than the victim.
So I was right.
You may have passed out, yeah. I thought, that could have been it, yeah. Yeah, I totally forgot that in my follow-up, too, or whatever, my last time on, sort of thing. Alright, talk to him about everything we can do. I don't even think anything to present him with, right? Should we examine the plate after he did the test? The remains of the employee's lunch are scattered around. Everyone was probably too shocked to clean up. There's a T-bone on one of the plates, minus the steak. Okay, I don't think there really is anything up there to do. So let's move. Let's check the dressing room just in case someone's in there. Oh, hey, Penny.
Oh, hello.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I was just cleaning up the dressing room. I guess WP won't be using it anymore, so...
What?
Why?
But WP's innocent.
Yes, and I'm really grateful for all you've done. But
this week is the last episode of Steel Samurai.
What?
That nasty plate would have bugs after this much time. Oh, I know. It's so funny to think it's been like 2 days at least since it happened, because it says like a 3-day process or whatever for these cases. And it's it's still sitting there, and now I'm putting it in evidence. Like, oh god. So nobody did like some forensics on this like right away? We don't have time for that here. Alright, Mr. Hammer.
I was wondering if I could ask you about Mr. Hammer.
yes?
On the day of the murder, he went to Studio 2.
Huh? I thought he went to Studio 1.
He stole the Steel Samurai costume too.
What?
Why would Mr. Hammer do something like that?
Oh. Guess the rumor must be true then.
The rumor?
The rumor? Yeah, Miss Vasquez, that producer, had some kind of hold on Hammer. She had some dirt on him. He'd do anything she said, apparently.
Some dirt? What dirt?
Dirt. You know, bad stuff.
That's pretty vague.
I know what dirt means. About 5 years ago, they were filming a movie starring Mr. Hammer. They were using the new studio, Studio 2. Some sort of accident happened during filming. After that, they never used Studio 2 again. They left the film set the way it was, too.
The film set? Was that trailer part of the film set then?
What do you mean, The Last Steel Samurai?
I know it's a shock, but nothing can be done to save it now. Whoever really did kill Mr. Hammer also signed the Steel Samurai's death warrant. No! Also, I hear that Global Studios is going to change its programming. They're not going to make kids shows anymore. What? Why? I don't know. It's sad, but that's what Global Studios decided.
Yeah, it would be really crazy for them to just switch, like, okay, we're not gonna make kids stuff anymore. We're gonna make, what, I guess just stuff for adults now? Wouldn't that be a big change? I guess maybe it wouldn't. It just depends on how you go about it, I suppose. But certainly the public eye wouldn't be, like, associating you with that. Studio policy.
Why aren't they going to make kids shows anymore? The studio bigwigs don't want the Steel Samurai around anymore. They want to forget all this ever happened. They want it quiet, you understand? How can they just do that? What about all the kids who love the Steel Samurai? Yeah, it's okay. I'm sure the kids will be fine. They'll find a new hero to follow. No, that can't be true. If the program just ends, they'll be heartbroken for sure. Nick, say something.
Yeah.
I think evidence rather than words is called for here.
Here, take a look at this.
The samurai scrapbook, I guess, huh?
Take that! And this is... A fan collected all these photographs. The kids love the Steel Samurai. The show shouldn't be canceled just so some adults can save face. I would think you would understand that better than anyone. You're right. Okay. But what can I do? Well, for starters, you can tell me something. Tell me what it is that Global Studios is so intent on hiding. Tell me about this accident 5 years ago. Okay.
5 years ago.
Could you tell us what happened 5 years ago? Well, I can tell you what I've heard. Apparently 5 years ago someone died, and it was Hammer's fault. Someone died? It was an accident, of course. Anyway, the producer, Ms. Vasquez, managed to hush it up. And that's the dirt she had on Hammer? And that's why Mr. Hammer would do anything Ms. Vasquez asked him to do. But it was an accident, right? Why didn't they just make it public? Well, you know, Mr. Hammer was a big star back then. They were afraid about what would happen if his career, if word got out. I see. You know who knows more about this? Miss Oldbag. She was here at the studios back then, you know? Thanks. We'll try asking her.
If she'll talk.
Alright, let's move. About him in the dressing room. Just learn some doit. Alright, so we want to go back to the main gate. Talk to Old Bag.
What? Are you still sneaking around? If you like the place so much, why don't you take over from me?
The old windbag doesn't look so good.
Everybody's doing their darndest to forget Hammer. Who do they think made Global Studios what it is today? Hammer. It's all due to Hammer.
Another death? Yeah, well, a previous death, right? Because that happened 5 years ago. That the bodies are just piling up the deeper we go.
She's starting to froth at the mouth, Nick. Maybe we should keep a safe distance.
5 years ago. I wanted to ask you about 5 years ago. Oh, God.
Who told? Who did you hear that from?
Huh?
Nichols.
Nichols? Nichols, Nick. Penny Nichols, that assistant we talked to. Oh, right. Anyway, we heard about the accident. It was during filming with Jack Hammer. He killed a man, didn't he?
Yeah, crazy story for sure.
Whippersnappers! Dredging up dirt on someone's past like that, and the recently departed, no less. I suppose you think this is fun.
No, I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers.
And you claim that Hammer stole Powers' costume. You expect me to believe that rubbish? Or do you have some kind of proof?
Proof that Hammer stole Powers' costume.
And we have the prints on the bottle, right? I guess I can show her the bottle. I do have proof. I'm sorry, Miss Oldbag, but I do have proof. I can prove that Mr. Hammer stole Powers' costume. Oh, I guess the steak plate, right? Traces of sleeping pills. Well, yeah, let's do that. We'll present her with this. Well, I mean, his fingerprints are on the bottle, though. Bears Jack Hammer's fingerprints. So it's really these two things together. I'm gonna do the one that has his fingerprints on it, because maybe that would do a little bit more for convincing her. Take that! Here's my proof. What? What's a little bottle of empty bottle supposed to prove? It's a bottle of sleeping pills, with Mr. Hammer's fingerprints on it. What does that prove? I'm sure old Hammer had some sleepless nights. Where's your proof that he used those pills on Powers? Yeah, there we go. Right here. Take that! Mr. Powers ate a T-bone steak for lunch, correct? Well, yes. So? This is the plate that he used to eat that steak. There are traces of sleeping pill powder on the plate. I see. Poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul. Miss Oldbag? Okay, you win. I'll talk. I'm tired, see? Tired of holding it all in. Miss Oldbag. You're right. 5 years ago, there was an accident. A fatal accident. What's worth, a paparazzi took a photo of it. That photo, well, caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all better? Vasquez. She has ties to the Mafia. She silenced that paparazzi. That was the beginning. After that, she became a force to be reckoned with here at the studio. I see. But you have to understand. Poor old Hammer never meant to harm anyone. Miss Oldbag. Hold on a minute. Poor Miss Oldbag. Here, take this. A photograph? Oh gosh. Impaled on that little fence, huh? Around the garden? That's pretty crazy. Wait a second. This is the picture. Or, this is the picture. That's the paparazzi. Is this the trailer in Studio 2? Hammer was supposed to fight with the bad guy at the top of those stairs there. He pushed the other actor and the man fell onto the flower box fence. But how did you get this? It was a long time ago. I don't feel much like talking about it. I understand. That's pretty crazy. Let's move! October 19th, Studio 1 entrance. Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put on the steel samurai costume. Then he left from here to go to Studio 2. Right. But why? I wonder if someone called him? Like the director or the producer? Oh, look who it is. Hey, Nick, it's Miss Vasquez. Hello? 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 Maya, you should at least try to be polite. I'm watching the clouds.
That's all she had to say, apparently.
Why does she have to be so aloof, you know? Alright, Mr. Hammer. Excuse me? Mr. Hammer came here on the day of the murder, and... Shh. Huh? Perhaps you didn't hear me. I'm watching the clouds. I'm not interested in talking to you. Do something, Nick. She's really ticking me off.
Oh dear.
Hey, May, it's time to party. Party, Greg. What's up, Wolf? The butler did it. Yeah, exactly. Well, unfortunately, there's no butler in this situation, but in this situation, it was almost like the victim did it. I mean, it's not quite like the victim did it, but the victim was trying to do something, and someone got him instead, I guess. All right, here we go. Will Powers.
Mr. Powers wasn't the killer. You don't have to cancel the Steel Samurai. I think I'm tired of the Steel Samurai. You did it? Or you did it? Is that what you're saying? Nick, she did it. She's the killer. My Fey blood speaks to me. I know it. I know it.
Oh dear.
I was wondering if you could tell me about Mr. Manila. If you must talk about that man, perhaps you could talk about it in the trailer. By yourselves.
Oh dear.
I don't think I'd want to go in a room with anybody who's in that meeting. Especially if you're investigating this. Okay, she's not any help, is she? Can I present her with something? I'll present her with this.
She's not even looking.
Where? What? Where did you get that? Well... Old bag.
Old?
She means a security lady. Miss Oldbag, Nick. Right. Anyway. Miss Vasquez. You hid this incident from the press, didn't you? And you used it to control Mr. Hammer. The wind. Huh? It's gotten stronger, don't you think? The wind. Your conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more inside the trailer.
Ooh.
Nick, she went inside the trailer.
She gonna kill us in there? So that's why that one's bent. Now we know why that one... Do you see that? The whole... This thing's bent?
There's some flowers here. Wow, so pretty. They're taking good care of these. Don't get too close.
Sorry.
Don't get too close. That fence looks dangerous.
It is dangerous. A man died right here. We have a picture of it. Alright, let's see. Backing out, move into the trailer.
You came. Well then, what was that you were talking about?
Why is she so eager to talk all of a sudden?
Miss Vasquez. You were using that accident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he wasn't doing his kid shows for petty change.
Or that's why he was doing it for my bad.
So I'm a blackmailer now. Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? I mean, sure, it was an accident. But you used it to drag Mr. Hammer down from his rightful place as a star. Oh? I haven't pulled anyone down from anywhere. Mr. Hammer's career went sour of his own accord. But... You were the cause! You pressured him! And to think it was just an accident! Excuse me? What is this all about? You keep saying accident. How are you sure? What do you mean? Must I spell everything out for you? Think. What would it be if it wasn't an accident? No. No way! You mean Mr. Hammer did it? On purpose? That is what I mean. Where's your proof? Can you prove it? Just think. Would he have let me run his life for 5 years over a mere accident? And I ran him hard, believe you me. But the security lady said it was an accident. Oh, well, she was a big fan of Hammer's, you see. She jumped on the reporter who brought that photo into the studio. She wrenched it out of his hands, she did. Gave him a few bruises, too.
So that's why she had the photo.
She's an old fool. Of course, all the reporter would need is the negatives. He could have made a copy, but he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me. Now. What? This is valuable evidence! Boys, oh shit. What are we gonna do now? We're just a lawyer! We can't handle all these guys. A man died in my office building. He was living there and no one knew. Oh, what, really? So in your office building, a guy was living there, like squatting there, and he died? True story, Stella? That's pretty crazy. Who are they? Professionals. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased? What? The trial ends tomorrow? How unfortunate. It's a shame you'll have to miss it. Tell me why. Why do you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt, no? Why should D. Vasquez care about all that? Or care about it at all? Maybe that's what he said. I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to think about it where you're going. So long, friends. Boys, erase away. No!
Hold it right there.
Hell yeah, Gumshoe's here.
I heard everything, pal. D. Vasquez, you're coming down to the precinct with me now.
Not bad. Very well. It appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then, in court. I'll be looking forward to it.
So she's the one that we're gonna get to testify then?
Hey, you okay, pal? Sorry I was a little late with my entrance. I don't get many chances to practice that sort of thing.
Detective Gumshoe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was really scared.
Huh? Don't mention it, pal. Just doing my job.
Detective Gumshoe.
Sorry, it's just I wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. Okay, I've got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon.
Well, Nick, it looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this.
And who's at the bottom? D. Vasquez.
To be continued in court.
Would you like to save your progress?
October 20th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement.
In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was, in fact, Studio 2. Today, I will call on people present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear.
Very well.
Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today.
Well, he is Edgeworth. Like he paid for the rental of the space, but lived there full time. They resuscitated him, but he eventually passed. Oh, interesting. So he paid for that, but he lived there full time. Okay, so he was paying for it as office space, but he was living in that office space, is what you're saying. Am I getting that right? Well, I mean, I guess if that saves you money. Is that like not allowed? Because you said you're saying they didn't know he was there? Because no one knew, right?
Okay. Sorry, I just had to switch to standing mode real quick. may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution calls Miss D. Vasquez to the stand. Miss D. Vasquez is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Will the witness state her name and occupation? D. Vasquez, I'm the producer for Global Studios. And she's smoking in here, what the fuck? On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer Studio 2. As everyone here knows, yes? I just like needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here.
Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder.
Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay. Right.
If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak.
Correct, he was nice too, and totally not allowed. Oh yeah, what's weird is out office space won't cheap, or renting out office space isn't cheap, like $4K a month, so he wasn't saving money. Oh yeah, yeah, it would be cheaper to run your business out of a house than it would be to live in an office, it sounds like, right? Day of the murder. Plus the office isn't well furnished, I can't imagine, you know, it's not really made for that kind of living, right? I entered the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 o'clock sharp. It ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later when we all went to Studio 1. That's all.
I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you?
The van. There's a van in Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk, what with that monkey's head toppling over. Manella used this van to drive Vasquez to Studio 1 after the meeting in the trailer.
I see. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it!
Here we go. Into the trailer a little bit before noon. Press that! Hold it!
By yourself? Yes. And you didn't stop in at the employee area? No. Are you always this terse? Yes.
Oh dear.
What time did the monkey head fall? 2:15. That was what the last time that was recorded on its internal clock before it lost power. Was 2:15. Meeting began around 12 sharp, ended at 4. I'll press that. I'm gonna press everything. Did no one leave during the meeting? No one. Come on, let's talk a bit more about that. The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony. Same could be said for you, Mr. Edgeworth. And please stop banging your little desk, it hurts my
You
ears.
have a new follower.
Hey, Demon, what's up? Thanks for following, I appreciate that. Feel free to say hi in the chat. Thanks for coming by, I really appreciate that follow. I don't think the times, makes sense. So what do you got, Stell? Give me your hypothesis here. Sounds like you got something brewing up, huh? Yeah, it's hurting your ears or whatever. And how's the game going? Game's going great, man. We're on the second story, right? No, is this the third one? It's the Steel Samurai one, because I think the first one was our buddy Larry, and then we had the one that Mr. White was the bad guy. So yeah, this is the third one. We're on the third story at the end for the first game. That Edgeworth face. Yeah, there you go, dude. Edgeworth is an edge lord. It was to be rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. Press. And when exactly was that? I've forgotten.
Maybe you could try remembering? No. The meeting ended at 4 and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I would think it was between those times.
You would think? Come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth.
She said she was fatigued and left with the van, right? In the van. But the time she left and the time the monkey head fell don't add up. Well, the monkey head would have already fallen, right? Because it was at 4 o'clock that they left. So the monkey head would have fallen. So if she left at 4, am I misunderstanding something? Because you had Sal take her. Press that. Hold on. You had Sal take you? What does that mean? It means what, It means what I just said. I had Sal take me in the Studio 2 van.
Oh, right.
2:30 we took a 15-minute break at the meeting. That's when the actual murder took place. Hopefully she has more to say about that. And what were you doing during that time? Don't hit your desk. It irritates me. And then he slaps his. Yeah, Mr. Wright. Oops. That's funny. It was a 15-minute break. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. Do you have someone who can verify this? Sal? No, I mean someone else. One person is enough.
If she committed murder during that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. If I had some evidence that she proved she didn't eat that steak.
Well, Nick, find anything? Kind of wish she'd said a little more. It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss. But I'm sure you'll find some kind of contradiction in what she said, somewhere. Okay, she entered the trailer a little before noon. The meeting began at 12, and it ended at 4. Supposed to be rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. Alright, let me look at my evidence here. Block the path to the scene of the crime between... See, that lines up with when the meeting ended at 4 o'clock. Between 2:15 and 4 o'clock. I mean, it doesn't really matter with the van ride, though, because the murder happened at 2:30, and that's what we need to investigate about, right? They'll use this van to drive Vasquez to Studio 1 after the meeting in the trailer. I mean, because Phoenix just said something about proving that she didn't eat the steak, but I mean, what? How am I gonna do that? They gave me this van as an evidence thing. Manel used this van to drive Vasquez to Studio 1 after the meeting in the trailer. That seems to be pretty good with their story and everything. Alright, hold up. Let me look at this again. She wouldn't be able to get past in the van, right? Well, I mean, it was cleaned up at 4, and that's when they left, right? Because here, let me show you it again here in the record here. If you go over the monkey's head, it says, block the path to the scene of the crime between 2:15 and 4. And then if you go into her thing here, the meeting began at 12 sharp and ended at 4. So it wouldn't have blocked it, right? By that logic, am I missing something there? But to block the path, how could she go back from the employee area to eat steak? She didn't go to the employee area. There was 2 plates in the Studio 2, remember? Because she says that's where they ate right here. Rehearsal afterwards, went to Studio 1. Fatigue. 2:30, had a 15-minute break in the meeting.
Saw 9 T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer, right there. So she didn't go to the employee area there, so she's not claiming anything there. 8 steaks on the table in front of the trailer. I don't have anything to prove that she ate the steak. It's like I want to hear Sal say he ate both of them or something. Guide map, samurai spear, murder weapon, broken shaft. Certainly has nothing to do with it. Block the path at the scene of the crime between 2:15 and 4. Digital camera, Cody always carries it, though he's still learning how to use it. The photo from 5 years ago. This is hard. Yeah, I agree still. This is hard. Found on a table in the employee area bears Jack Hammer's fingerprints. Steak plate. This is the only thing that has to do with steaks, but it's not her steak plate, it's Will's. Manila used this van to drive Vasquez to Studio One after the meeting in the trailer. Man, none of this seems to contradict her. Well, Nick, find anything? Kinda wish she said a little more. It's hard, I think she's pretty used to being the boss. But I'm sure you'll find some kind of contradiction in what she said somewhere. So there definitely is one somewhere. We just gotta find it, guys. Entered the trailer a little before noon. I don't have anything to dispute that. Meeting began at 12 o'clock sharp and ended at 4. It began at 12. Is there anything with that? Time of death was 2:30. This photo was taken at 2. And then the monkey's head fell at 2:15. Shortly after this photo was taken. And then it was being cleaned up till 4, which they were in their meeting the entire time. Between when this monkey head fell and this monkey head was cleaned up, Jack Hammer, his body was apparently brought to Studio One. See, it's like, to me, I feel like the van was used to move the body, right? Because if we are right, and that Jack Hammer was killed in Studio 2, then they needed to move the body to Studio 1 because that's where it was found. And to do that, it would make sense to use the van. But I don't see this being the moment where that's being, like, you know, talked about. It doesn't seem like that's what we're looking for here. In the employee area, on there are traces of sleeping pills and a large bone. Keep looking. Did she actually eat the steak? Yeah, that's the thing that Phoenix mentioned. Exactly the sentiment you have, Stella, where he said, like, if I could just prove that she didn't eat the steak, which I don't know what that really does for us, to be honest. He's just saying that there's not enough time for her to have eaten the steak and to have committed the murder, I guess? But I don't know. I mean, she has, like, those boys. They could have done the murder, you know what I mean? She didn't necessarily have to commit the murder herself for her to be, like, the mastermind behind it or whatever, right? But, like, I guess part of it's, like, why did Jack decide to steal the Steel Samurai costume? Is it because he wanted them to not think that he was Jack? Like, he wanted to go in there as Will because maybe she doesn't have the power over Will that she has over Jack? I don't know how this is helping me, but I'm just trying to spitball here, you know? There was to be a rehearsal afterwards. We went to Studio One. See, this is weird because the rehearsal afterwards, I remember the rehearsal being beforehand, right? You stole the samurai outfit? Yeah, Hammer did. Jack Hammer did, who's the guy who died. So the actual victim of this case, we have evidence now that he stole the costume from the guy who plays the Steel Samurai, Will, his dressing room, and that he dressed up as a Steel Samurai and then went to Studio 2. We have a picture of him in front of Studio 2 at that time. Places him right there. It's because it's a dress. That's why you stole it. You're just joking around, Shiloh. Sorry, I'm just really trying to figure this out. But let's see. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I feel like this is like where the contradiction would be, but what would I contradict her with? Because I thought the rehearsal was before. And that's why he's dragging his leg, right? Because the rehearsal was before all this happened? It's a quote from The Last Samurai. Oh, I've never seen that movie. Gotcha, sorry. Didn't get the reference. Was Jack Hammer trying to kill her and they framed Will Powers because she's a genius? Yeah, it may be. Yeah, because that kind of seems like that's the only thing that Jack seems like he would be doing, right? Because she had dirt on him, and so I guess he was gonna go kill her. But I guess he was gonna kill all of them? Or was he gonna kill anybody? Maybe he was just trying to meet there for some reason, and then they end up killing him? All we know is that he got killed, and he got killed with the spear. But there was 2 men that fought, right? Well, I guess no, we don't know about the other person because Cody didn't give us a good description of who actually came out and killed the Steel Samurai. I feel like maybe this dragging leg is the only thing I can feel like I can get a contradiction here. Because she's saying the rehearsal was afterwards, but indeed it was not because it was before they ate, right? Wasn't it? I thought they rehearsed and then they had the lunch and then that's when Will would have fallen asleep because he had the sleeping pills. And then they were gonna shoot later, I thought. There wasn't gonna be rehearsal later. Or maybe they were just doing training before and rehearsal was gonna be later? Fuck, I don't know. Now I'm getting all confused. But yeah, hey Charlotte, what's up? How you doing? Good point, so I'm getting so into trying to figure this out. I feel like I'm not being my appropriate streaming self. I'm sticking with the steak. Yeah, but what is sticking with the steak, Stella? What does that mean? You know, like what? Yeah, you know, I need something to present. So sticking with the steak, where do we find? You know, what do we present? Because there's not a single thing here that really has anything to do with steak except for this, but it has nothing to do with her steak. This is Will's steak. Have you thought about you today when Google had the Cat Olympic game? Oh yeah. The Google Doodle game or whatever it's called. Uh-oh. Something's happening, Charlotte. She's putting in the cheat codes in the chat. Is Bubba coming and typing for you? That's funny. Oh, jeez. Not much, Demon. I've been sitting here trying to figure out what to present here. Sorry, cleaning my keyboard. Oh, that's what's happening. I was like, oh, what is she doing? Nice. Yeah, Demon, we're just trying to figure out what contradiction we could possibly have here. I feel like it's gonna be one of those like real out on a limb ones, you know what I mean? So I'm not able to explain better. It's just from the beginning I had a hunch the steak was it. Yeah, I got you. I mean, I definitely agree with you, so it definitely there's something with the steaks. Phoenix himself said it, right? So I totally get that, but I just don't know what piece of evidence I have to contradict her on the steaks. So I don't know. Sometimes this game I feel like it confuses me with its like little red herrings sometimes. Oh man. I love Miss Oldbag. Oh yeah, Miss Oldbag's great, dude. She's just a great character for being like a bitchy old lady. I love how her name's Oldbag, and then they like when they first have her in there, it's like, oh, am I insulting her by calling her that? Or like you have to say Miss Oldbag, because if you just say Oldbag, you're insulting her or something. I love how they do that in this game. And then Sal Manila, that guy's name. That's great. Oh man. Let's get the whole testimony again. Let me just kind of skim through it. Enter the trailer a little before noon. He began at 12 sharp and ended at 4. Supposed to be rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. Is it that she was fatigued somehow? I mean, I don't have anything to show that she wasn't fatigued, right? Oh yeah, Sal Manila. Yeah, isn't that great? 2:30 we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. I don't have that picture of Hammer in front of the studio anymore. Does the camera count as that? Camera Cody always carries it, though he's still learning how to use it. Fuck, I have no idea. I guess the only thing I have that I feel like is at all a contradiction is maybe this photo in some really weird way because he's dragging one leg because of the rehearsal in the morning that happened before 4 o'clock, which she says the rehearsal's after 4. That's the only thing I can think. I guess I got, you know, I got a whole meter here. It's my first fuck up, if it is a fuck up, so I guess let's try it. Yeah, I do wish she said a little more. It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss. I'm sure you'll find some kind of contradiction what she said somewhere. Okay, I was just trying to see if she gave me any hints there. So... It was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I'm gonna present her on this one, I think. They totally upped the difficulty. Do you want me to look up or not and not completely give it away? Yeah, that could be nice. Let me try this. Let me go ahead and make a mistake. I'm gonna try this one, but after this, I have no other guesses. So I might have to have you do that for me. Give me a little bit of a hint. But I'm gonna try this first. Let me check on that. No, there's nothing to check, really. It's just a photo. And I'll present this. Is this anything? No, I see the red at the top. Fuck. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. Huh? It does? I don't see anything contradictory. Huh? Really? Objection overruled. Try to think before you make accusations, Mr. Wright. Yeah, whatever.
Whoops, that didn't go so well.
It sucks when there's like, I feel like I can make a valid point here. I don't know that it matters to the overall thing, but I think it is a valid point to say the rehearsal was in the morning and not after 4. But the game doesn't give me the means to say it. All right, so I think I might need a little bit of a hint. Try to give me as light a hint as you can. I don't know if you really could give me that light of a hint. I guess you could give me either like maybe the line, the thing that I'm supposed to contradict here, or maybe you could give me the object that I'm supposed to present. I don't know. If you look it up, you make the decision, however you want to do that. I will sit here and still ponder. The monkey's head, block the path, the scene of the crime. Just do it. What do you mean, demon? just do it. Make your dreams come true. Oh, gotcha. We have that as a meme on here, demon. If you go into the channel point commands, if you guys combo the do it command, we can have Shia LaBeouf come up and say it himself. The stake is the key. Is that supposed to be the hint, Stella? Because you said that already. I'm not gonna lie, it just doesn't sound any different than what you said earlier. Are you trying to tell me that I'm supposed to present the stake plate? Because if that's the evidence, I'm gonna be pretty disappointed in it. I guess that's the second time I'm gonna be disappointed in this game with the actual solution. What was it last time? It was it the scrapbook? It was a scrapbook at a weird moment or something, wasn't it? All right, so I think I need more of a hint if that was supposed to be a hint. I think what you're saying is that I gotta put the stake plate forward, but is it for this one? Because you're like, oh, you couldn't eat a steak in 15 minutes. Here's a steak plate that has nothing to do with what everything you fucking said. No, press on Sal and I ate the steaks at the trailer. Oh, I'd already pressed on it once. Okay, let's try it. Maybe multiple presses does something. Okay, press. Do you have someone who can verify this? Sal, yeah. What? No, I mean someone else? One person is enough.
If she committed murder during that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. If I had some evidence that proves she didn't eat that steak...
What evidence? What fucking evidence is there? I have this steak uneaten right here in a bag. All right, just give me the answer, Stella. I'm tired of thinking about it. I really appreciate you giving me the lightest hit you can, but I don't... I'm all out. I don't know. My detective skills are done. Why? Why is it the steak plate? On which one? Isn't it because of the bones? Why would it be because of the bones, though? Like, I accept that that's the answer, but I think that's probably the worst possible way they could have programmed this story. Like, is that unsatisfying to everyone else? Because there's nothing in the description of the plate. Like, first of all, it's Will's plate. Found in the employee area, which she was not in. On it are traces of sleeping pills and a large bone. What? I don't understand. On this one, okay. I just don't want to ruin it for you if you want to keep trying. Yeah, I totally understand, Stella, yeah. I appreciate the, trying to just give me hints, but this is not, I mean, come on. Is there anybody that this makes sense to? That this is what the player is supposed to fucking figure out? Like, does this make any sense? Sorry, I won't dwell on it. It's just really weird to me. This is the second time this has happened, and I just like, but there's not a single thing on the screen that tells me that this should be linked to what she said. When I'm reading, it doesn't state why, it just says that the correct answers are. Okay, gotcha. Right on. Well, we're gonna find out why, because it'll say something, I suppose. Ha! As I thought! You claim to ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not. Well, what's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you which was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Mr. Manila ate at a table outside the trailer. Yeah, and shouldn't I have to have her plate as evidence? This shouldn't count as evidence, Phoenix. You're just saying that this was like this. This is not in the court record. Yet there were no bones left on the plates. That's fucking stupid. That's fucking stupid. All right, Phoenix. Conjecture, I guess, whatever. The plates were bare, and how do we know that here in the courtroom? We don't. We have to take Phoenix's word for it. So it's pure, like, what, conjecture or whatever. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Demon. It is about the bones. Ms. Vasquez? I have no way to prove that you did this. Tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? Well, maybe she threw it away? You know, maybe that place was cleaned up. This is such bad evidence. I think you know how. You ate the bone too? That's probably the right answer then, right? Because, I mean, that makes about as much sense as this being the fucking thing I was supposed to present. You ate a boneless steak, you didn't eat the steak. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator. God, what? Come on, Oxum's razor, dude. I'll eat your bones this time. Nice. I'm not the only person who thinks this is weird, right? I'm not... Please tell me I'm not the only person who thinks this is like a very lame way for this to play out. I still love the game, don't get me wrong. That is so weird. I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? Picking on Salmonella. Meeting the Steel Samurai. She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. Thank you, Shiloh. Thank you for giving me a frickin' bone, if you will. Order. Are you saying? Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai. And then you did it. You killed him with your own hands and managed to get no blood anywhere somehow, and you used the spear that he brought with him. How does any of this make any sense? This is very weird, and everything we came up with was more plausible. Absolutely, dude. Everything was more plausible than we thought of. Oh man, 100 other ways this could have played out that would have been a little more satisfying. Sorry I've been lurking, but yeah, this is weird. Hey Layla, what's up? I appreciate you chiming in. Everybody's throwing me a bone now. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you killed him with your own hands. And a spear. The weirdest part to me is that there was no blood left behind. Mr. Wright! Isn't that a little presumptuous? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes. Fascinating. And here I was wondering that today, worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I.
Any day, Vasquez.
Good luck, Nick.
If this were a Dateline story, I would be weirded out. Yeah, right? I'm just like, okay, it feels so contrived. Like this. God, what a weird thing. That was the worse than the one before. I think the one before even had like a bigger connection, a more solid connection. The one I thought was weird last week, I think that had a more solid connection than this one did. I think it was at least like because it was the camera, wasn't it? I'm remembering now. Because it was that Cody always keeps his camera on him because the camera evidence said that he did, even though his testimony, he said that he didn't have it on him. And I just felt like that one was like a really loose connection, but this one, phew.
Let's see. What was the murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear.
Yeah, exactly. So she's bringing up the things that I was just saying, like how that didn't make that much sense or whatever. You gotta explain that too, Phoenix.
Yes? I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon?
Probably use their goons, I guess. I think you could. You couldn't, could you? I don't know. Is she gonna embarrass him right now? Maybe. Makes perfect sense to you, Anne. All right, whatever, Anne. You're just giving me shit now, aren't you? I know there's no way that's true. Let's see. I guess I'm gonna say I think you could, because it's a spear. I mean, come on. She could use the spear. But either way, she has those goons with her all the time. She could probably just have one of those guys do it. I'm gonna go with I think you could.
It's not impossible. Well, maybe it's not impossible, but... Silence. I'm speaking. The victim was stabbed through the chest from the front, yes? I believe this would indicate that the victim was aware of the killer's presence. Now, the Steel Samurai costume is quite light and mobile. Compared to the victim, I am weaker and slower. I couldn't possibly win such a fight. Not to mention there is proof I did not have the spear. The photograph of the Steel Samurai shows that the victim himself was holding it.
Exactly.
Or do you mean to suggest that I could have wrestled it away from him? Yeah, take that, Wright! If you still think she did it, show us proof. Hey, Nick! Look at the data we have on that samurai spear in the court record. Isn't there something in there that gets to you? Something odd about the samurai spear? Wait!
Something the matter, Mr. Wright?
Sorry, Your Honor. I'd like to take back my previous claim.
Very well. I won't hold you to your claim. But I'm afraid I will have to penalize you. Okay, so that was wrong.
What's this? You're taking back your claim? Let's backtrack for a moment. I want to consider whether the witness could have used the samurai spear or not. However, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning? The samurai spear was not the murder weapon. What?
What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body.
I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon.
Because it's broken, right? Because the shaft had been mended with duct tape. Because duct tape's not going to survive like a battle, right? That's what she's saying. We're gonna go with that. Yeah, you already accused her. Yeah, whoa, right? This whole fucking thing's like whoa, right?
I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon.
I also think it's interesting how that worked. It's like you chose the wrong thing, but we're still going to continue the story on or whatever. Kind of an interesting little way of failing, I guess, the game.
But this is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that this spear broke during the morning action scene, run through? But someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who is wearing a thick costume with this through the chest?
Order, order!
Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Silence! I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard. Are you quite sane?
Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the Steel Samurai was not the murder weapon, then pray tell what was? How was Hammer killed?
Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what happened? What weapon was used to kill the Hammer?
Mr. Hammer, I think it would have been maybe the tip of the spear. I mean, she could have still used the tip of the spear, right? Because it was attachable at that point, basically, and still stabbed him. Maybe he went to stab her, she grabbed the tip of the spear, broke off, and then she stabbed him. Sounds pretty anime to me. Your hair seems more realistic than this theory. That's funny. Oh, yeah, you don't think it looks realistic, huh? I see what you're saying. I hear that message. There's that rude lady in the back alley with the... I can tell you or I can't tell you. Fuck, man. I mean, can I? Can I use this again and say like, well, it was mended with duct tape, so it was the tip of it. Like, I hate when they do this to me. Did she use the bone from her T-bone steak? That's where it went. She stabbed him with it. Fucking could totally be that, for all I know. Oh, man. Sorry, I'm back what I missed. Not much, Demon. Just a couple of steps further now, really. We're at the point where I'm trying to see if I can prove what the weapon was. The statue? How's the statue do it? Block the path to the scene of the crime? I don't see how that would do it. Unless you're talking about something else? Did you mean the monkey's head statue or something else? Pill bottle? My mom? Yeah, what else was the weapon? Yeah, what else was the weapon, right? Oh, maybe this. Shows the accident involving Jack Hammer. She could have pushed him onto the fence. What do you guys think about that? That seems like something, right? Kill him the same way that apparently he killed that other guy? Yes, the van. What about the van? You want the van to be the murder weapon? How did the van stab him, though, right? Because that has to be some sort of stabbing, because he has a stab wound in his chest. That's in his autopsy. No, not my mom, unless... No, not my mom. What are you saying, child? Recently, I've been getting anxiety about music for some reason. No, really? What do you... How so, Demon? What do you mean by that? That seems like more than the duct tape spear. Yeah, it seems like that could be, because all she'd have to do is push him, right? And then he could get stabbed with it. Still doesn't explain why there was no blood. I mean, can we use like some luminol on that shit and see if we can't see some blood? I've been thinking the van ran into the statue. Okay, yeah, but that's not what we're trying to prove right here. We're just trying to prove what the murder weapon was. I bet she put him to sleep and then stabbed him. Yeah, that's, I mean, anything goes at this point to it. Also, hey, what's up? I don't think I got to say hi to you yet tonight. I'm going to present this, I think, as the murder weapon. So I'll say, I can tell you. Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was?
I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see the murder weapon then.
Take that, please, let this be it. Look at this photo.
What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs.
And maybe that's why it was bent. Maybe when he originally killed the guy, that's not what bent it. It bent when she killed Jack Hammer on it and had to like pull him off or something. That sounds like a good idea. Oh yeah, let's go for it.
Order, order! If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is this all about?
This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios. What does that have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it? See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest?
What are you saying?
Yes. What happened 5 years ago has happened again!
Ooh, dramatic. Mr. Wright, continue.
It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Miss D. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. just like Mr. Hammer had himself done 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. Oh, she's sweating now. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way that he caused another man to die. 5 years ago. It is the head nod. Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Ho ho, very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my script writing staff. You deny what I say is true? Mr. Wright, let's say for the sake of argument that Hammer died at the trailer, as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body? The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time. Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body? With the van, right? She couldn't deal with it. I bet she could move it. She had another way. Yes, she had another way. What if she had another way to carry the body, other than with her own hands? For instance? Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body. Interesting. Let's hear it then. Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body. With the van! Take that! Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1. And you used the studio van to do it. Oh, shock! Recall your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sal drive me. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then, before everybody else, or everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. Hold on, Wright. Don't forget, it was Sal Manella that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator? Of course he was, of course he wasn't. I mean, of course he was. If he was out there eating the steaks with her. She did it on purpose. Oh yeah, she definitely did it on purpose. She's with the mafia. She had reasons. Oh, I didn't see such a... Her face, you finally got her shocked. Oh yeah, we got her sweating now. Apparently the autopsy person can't tell the difference between a fence post and a spear. Yeah, I know. Dude, like, everybody who's working on this case did a horrible job, dude. Like, all the police work is horrible. There's no, like, blood work, no luminol stuff or anything, no, like, evidence gathering. Like, what the hell's going on here, guys? Oh, looks like we might be losing some frames. Is everybody buffering? How are we? Yesterday, all I had to do was restart the stream and get that going again. So you guys let me know if I need to, like, go down and come back up or not. My OBS is red. It says I'm losing 3%, which is not too many frames, but let me know, guys. Alright, anyway, so I'm gonna say of course he was, because I don't see any way of him not being. Of course Salmonella has to have been a conspirator. The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to, because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. And it wasn't suspicious that the magistrate costume didn't have any blood? Because at the very beginning I said that. You're all blurry. Yeah, it's probably because your internet is trying to lower the quality so that it can keep going. Add some slight buffs. Okay. Is it bad enough that I should go ahead and come back down and go back up? You think? Or is it just kind of intermittent for you guys? And if I'm all blurry, that's not good either. I don't want to be blurry. That's not good. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Oh yeah, the incinerator. I forgot about that. Well, Miss Vasquez. And lots of buffering. Okay, I'm gonna go down and come back up before we get to the finale of it then, if you guys can hear me. I don't know why this is happening. It's not my internet. Couldn't be my internet. Oh, and we're green again.
Looks like we're fine, actually. It looks like it recovered. I think maybe it was a Twitch side thing. I'm not sure. But everything's green now. Intermittent for you, says Ann. Okay. But it looks like it's stabilized for me now. So we'll give it a little bit and we'll see if it's fine. It's going back and forth. Maybe see if it clears up. Yeah, we'll see if it clears up because now it's looking fine. Yeah, I know sometimes it's Twitch, you know, but it's hard to know if it's me or them or whatever, you know. Thing is recovering. Okay, cool. I just didn't want you guys to miss the finale, you know what I'm saying? Crystal clear on my end, Captain. Thank you, Duet. Sounds good, dude. Well, Ms. Vasquez, shall I continue? Good question. Let's keep quiet. No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose. You win. It was fun.
I win?
They're just silent. All right, and that was it. She just gives up. So what happens next? Don't question mark me. Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost? Something like that. I just said that. Wait, so you mean... D. Vasquez, so it was you. You killed Jack Hammer. Alright. Who can say? Huh? Are you sure I did it, Mr. Wright? We just engaged in a battle of wits. And the result of that battle, you proved the impossibility that I murdered Hammer. Right. But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What? And she doesn't get to say that, though. She is just doing a testimony. The judge gets to decide if the proof is good enough, dude. She is like, I'm done, right? Yeah, exactly, Demon. Order! Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Of course, it has as the witness says. Certainly, it does seem very likely she did it, but there's no proof. You're not defending her, Edgeworth. You're just the prosecution in this case, right? The case is against Will. We've just now learned this. It's just his witness, right? I was like, this isn't how court in America works. Yeah, exactly. Which I had read something about how this game, the first game is set in Japan, but the rest of them are set in California, I think. And there was like jokes about it in the game somehow. I don't know, I was reading like a little blurb about the whole series as a whole. And there was something about that in there.
Edgeworth isn't sure.
Well, I came here as a witness today. If you've no more questions, I'll be leaving.
Ugh, what do I do now?
Did Vasquez testify again, Vasquez? No further questions? I guess testify again? I mean, she did it, right? Finally back and not buffering. Did you have to restart the stream? I did not. It just recovered all on its own. Like a good boy. But... trying to decide what to do now here. Do I just accuse her? Because, I mean, I feel like we do have a pretty good idea that it's her. I mean, she just admitted it. Like, she said, all right, you win, or whatever. And then she's like, actually, no. It's like, I don't think you can do that. I'm gonna ask her to testify again. I'd like you to testify again. Testify? Again? No one to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before, the truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? Yeah, she's right, I guess. You're just gonna lie again. You'd ask me the same questions, get the same answers, a waste of time.
Damn. Damn. Come so far and only fail.
As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Ms. Vasquez. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth?
I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor.
I didn't. I see. Very well.
Your Honor, I request that the witness testify again. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes.
Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about?
Well, yes, indeed. Verily, I say ergo. I want to hear about what happened after they found the body.
After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter.
Nick, why did Edgeworth?
Who knows? He probably realized she did it too.
But, wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that.
Edgeworth? Let me catch up on chat here real quick. Yeah, testify again. Hell yeah, this woman. Yeah, an edgy boy. And that's a good nickname for him. What an idiot in an Austin Power suit. Oh yeah, Edgeworth. Yeah, I like Edgeworth. He's pretty funny. I like how they make fun of him because he can like never get a witness to say their name either in occupation. They always like badger him about it. He has to ask him like 3 times. And after finding the body, I was with Sal and Old Bag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. The security lady, Old Bag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home.
I see no issues raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
Okay, Nick, we're close, real close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need to twist the truth out of her, Nick.
Right. Finding the body.
I was with Sal and Old Bag, the security lady, when we found the body.
Press that.
What time was that? We were to meet at 5 for the rehearsal, so I'd say it was then. When exactly did you and Mr. Manila arrive at the studio? About 10 minutes before. I wasn't suffering, I wasn't stuffing any bodies into costumes, mind you. Press harder. Where were the other employees when you got to the studio? They weren't there yet. Well, then you could have put Hammer in that costume with Sal Manila's help. Oh? What did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing any bodies into costumes? You should try to listen to what people are saying, boy. Boy?
The witness will continue her testimony.
The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. Press. Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct? So he says. Did no one go to call him? Remember? Remember what? There was a dead body laying in front of us, yet you expect me to be calm? You certainly seem calm enough when I accuse you of murder.
Press harder!
Wait a second. Wouldn't that be the other way around? The other way around? You discovered the murdered body, and one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for the missing person?
I have to agree with the defense on this one. Well, Miss Vasquez.
Logically speaking, perhaps. But no one there was thinking very logically, I assure you. Also, without his Steel Samurai costume, Powers doesn't really stand out. We often left him on the bus when shooting at location. No one noticed he was missing. Poor Powers.
Well, I suppose that explains that. Very well, Miss Vasquez. You may continue.
I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. What was everyone else doing at the time? No one said a thing. It was silent, completely silent. So we stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene. Sorry I'm late. Then, silence. Dead silence.
Let me go through that again.
Silence. Hey, Nick! Why is everybody so quiet? Someone should be doing something to lighten things up. Security Lady Oldbag was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying he did it. Oldbag, the security lady. Why did the security lady think Powers had done it? She said because she saw him going towards the studio. Right. The Steel Samurai.
Press harder.
Did the detective arrest Mr. Powers based solely on the security lady's word? Perhaps not. She seems to have also given the detective that photograph. Of course, I heard all Of course, I heard all this after the fact. That photograph, meaning the one taken by the security camera. She's not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Hammer. I don't think there's anything in there I can use. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. You asked to be left out? Yes. It seems that everyone else was questioned, and I'm really not fond of that sort of thing. But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that, since we were in a meeting, there was no way we could have been involved. Thus, they covered for us. Covered for you? Or covered it up for you? There must have been a lot of writing on it with all those bigwigs at the meeting. I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. The script and your direction notes? Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio One for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder, after all. You could think of rehearsing after that. No, yeah, I guess.
Very well, Miss Vasquez, please continue.
Wait, when did she do that?
Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement.
Huh?
Think. I thought there was something weird there too. Miss Vasquez says she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Yeah, but how would she know there wouldn't be a rehearsal unless she already knew he's dead, right? I thought that was weird too. Why didn't Phoenix catch that? Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio One. Ugh. Order! Mr. Edgeworth. What you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change to defense? I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation?
I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me. So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you understood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal.
Very well, the witness will change her testimony to reflect this reason.
I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind, but Hammer wasn't injured. It was... Powers was injured. How did you know about the injury? Yeah, how did I know? Sal. He told me. Sal, the director. You have to find something to peg this on her here. Or everything we've done till now will have been wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him.
Okay, so it seems to be that she said that Hammer had the injury, but he didn't, right? It was definitely Powers, because that's the whole limping in the picture thing. So, quite agitated, pointing, said he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trader to get my script and direction notes. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. Oh, she's saying after the murder, he was injured. He was dead, right? Wait, I'm confused. Because they were saying that was before she went to Studio One, right? So she had to have meant Powers here, not Hammer. Did I press this yet? I think I just did, right? Present the photo? That's what I was thinking too, Stella. It's just the photo now. I mean, I know how this game works, and it's not like super together there, but the photo now is actually not Powers. We know it to be Hammer, right? I guess her story is still that Powers did it, though. So, I mean, this has to, you gotta be right. It's gotta be this photo. I'm just, gosh, this game has me second guessing myself with all these weird connections it makes. Yeah, this has got to be it, because it does still say Powers question mark on the photo, because we're believing it to be Powers as far as her storyline goes, so this contradicts her line of thinking, right? So this has got to be it. And this has got to be the line, right? I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left him behind, but it wasn't Hammer. Objection! You knew that Hammer was injured? Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. What? Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Yes, Mr. Hammer. Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo. But that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending? One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? Are you sure Mr. Hammer wasn't dead? I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right. He must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manella was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez? You heard him wrong. No. You saw Hammer limping. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manella. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Ah! And when was he doing this? Well, it would have been, it would have to have been after he put the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2, where he was murdered. Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in the Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning. Take that! Order, order, I will have order. Witness. Can you refute this claim? She in a snap? Oh, she's taking a lot of puffs on that little, what is that? Some fucking opium pipe or something?
Yeah, let's see you sneak out of this one, Vasquez. Very well. I have a question for you. Why are the real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing.
Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? If there is a reason, it is unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on the matter? In other words, can you prove she had a motive?
I think my proof would be the blackmail picture, right? Because she was blackmailing him with this photo. And so he was tired of being blackmailed. And so that's why he approached her. And so she may have been like kind of like a self-defense thing a little bit. I mean, does that excuse it though if it's in self-defense? I think it's the only thing I can present. So I think I'm going to go with that. Of course I can prove it. Yeah, of course I can prove it. Okay, I have proof, and I'll show it to you. I presented the court evidence of Miss Vasquez's motive in this murder. Take that! This is my proof.
This is the photo from before.
This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With Dee Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial. It began on that day, 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighed him down, no doubt. However, you, Dee Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change. Bringing us to the present day and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star.
One moment, Mr. Wright. Are we talking about motives here? We are talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if Mr. Hammer who had killed, as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed Dee Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have?
Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me. And I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine.
Mr. Wright, please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for the murder.
Reveal evidence. Is it the steak plate? It's probably the steak plate. I'm just fucking around. I can't do a steak plate. I'd be so mad. Oh, her motive for the murder. What would it be? I don't really have a motive. Besides it being like self-defense or something. Why would she want to kill him? Checking now. Studios. Checking one leg. 230 could pierce through the heart with a spear. I don't see anything I have that would prove motive. I mean, I've already shown them this, and this wasn't good enough. Unless it's this again because the guy that died was someone she... I mean, I feel like she doesn't really have motive. If Jack went there of his own accord, I mean, she would have had to call him there if it was like a first-degree murder situation, you know what I mean? I'm thinking it's like an accidental murder and perhaps self-defense. I don't know, there has to be a reason why Jack went there dressed as a steel samurai. Maybe that has to do with this. I don't know, any other theories by anybody? You guys thinking anything? Motive for Miss Vasquez. I guess I do have the option to say I don't have a motive for her, but I feel like it wants me... Oh, there's a profiles? Can I present profiles? No, I can't. You can just look at them. Producer at Global Studios, present on the day of the crime. Manel used a van to drive Vasquez to Studio 1 after the meeting in the trailer. Track camera's fingerprints. She had no motive? Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Thank you, so. Yeah, because there wasn't anything there, but I felt like that last time, right? So I was like, dude, it could totally be something, I just don't know. She had no motive, Your Honor.
What's that now?
It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs in self-defense.
What's that now?
It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez.
What?
What? That was Edgeworth again. Your Honor. Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill Dee Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. I mean, why did I even have to do that last part? Poor Edgeworth. I was super tempted to just say, it was the steak. Oh, God, torture me still. So you did do it, didn't you? Yes. I am guilty. It was me. Someone call an ambulance! There's blood everywhere! We're too late! Nah, Miss Vasquez! What? What happened here? Manuel fell from the trailer stairs. Manuel! Manuel! Miss Vasquez, please, try to remain calm. No, no! How could this... It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and... No! Manuel! Manuel! Don't touch him, Miss Vasquez! No! So she did, like, love the guy or something, huh? Please, please don't die. Please. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose again. Nope, couldn't put you through that. I appreciate that stuff. Thank you for having mercy on me.
Mr. Edgeworth, where's Dee Vasquez?
In the waiting lobby, Your Honor. As calm and collected as ever.
I see. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor?
It appears you have brought about yet another miracle.
Thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found so is not natural. Not a miracle.
Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty. That is all. This court is adjourned.
October 20th, 1:12 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3.
I don't know what to say. Thank you so much.
I'm just glad you're okay.
Yes, but it's sad. I know now that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss Vasquez, but to think that he tried to frame me for the murder makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
Tell me. Why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me?
Show evidence? Why did he want to blame him? I don't have any evidence. I don't know. I guess we'll never know.
Yes, of course.
Phew, I'm not sure I wanted to go down that road. Congratulations, WP!
Oh, Oh! Thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume and... Huh? Is something wrong?
No, of course not. Ah! Nick! Edgeworth!
Yes, Edgeworth? Say something, right? I'm not good at small talk. Huh? What? That was too bad, Edgeworth. You don't waste any time gloating, do you? No, I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in.
Pleased to meet you, I'm Powers.
Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers.
Liar!
Right. I must say, I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years.
Meet again?
However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. Thanks to you, I saddled with unnecessary feelings. Unnecessary feelings? Yes, unease and uncertainty. Aren't those kind of necessary? They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you.
Mr. Wright? Was that guy your friend?
What? Friends? As if. They're rivals. Rivals, right, Nick?
For now we are, I guess.
Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick. Tell me. What's the deal with you and Edgeworth?
It all started 20 years ago.
And so the curtain closed on another trial. I caused quite a stir by revealing that accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought the programming change. They went back to making kid shows again.
Nick! This is it! The new show starts today. You're going to watch it with me, right?
I'll admit, I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it.
You have to buy trading cards too, okay? We have to trade with Cody and that assistant.
Fine, I'll do it.
Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? I wonder if they'll show his real face this time.
Wait, so he's the pink princess? I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for the real Will Powers. So he was the pink princess? That'd be funny. You could have shown Cody's photo book. See, I thought maybe it was Cody's photo book, but oh well. Not a big deal. Is Will go and cry for real now? Big softy. Yeah, I like how big of a softy Will is. I liked him as a defendant. He was good. Fun guy. Big big sad dude, I guess. I don't know, soppy dude. Oh no, I'm going red again. Are we buffering? Are we good? Oh no, I went right back to green. I think I just looked at it at the exact right moment.
Brand new episode has been added.
How many episodes do we have? I don't think I ever looked that up. We got like 3 games in the trilogy. How many episodes per game? Phoenix. Right. See, but what if I would have shown him the steak plate still? That's what I want to know. Oh, 14 episodes. Damn! Oh, that's the entire trilogy. Okay, so that's all throughout all the games. There's 14 episodes. Okay, so we're going on to 4. Man, we got 10 more after this. Holy shit! Well, we've been playing this one for a little while, guys. It is a good game, though. Good game to be played for a while. Okay, go back. Hydrate from Demon, thank you. We'll do a little Sprite here. About that, yes. 15 years is a long time to wait. You can't imagine how much I've suffered. You've suffered? But now, the perfect opportunity has presented itself. At last, I shall have my revenge.
What?
Merry Christmas.
Oh shit. Is that Edgeworth? Oh, Edgeworth! How could you?
December 25th, 10:08 a.m. Wright & Co. law offices. You know, before we get into this, I think it's actually be a good idea to take a little bit of break. I'm gonna go ahead and use the restroom real quick, have a little stretch, and I'll come back. But we got a little cliffhanger there, though. Edgeworth pulled the trigger. Oh, edgy boy, exactly like Demon says. Exactly. All right, guys. I can go to the bathroom real quick, have a little stretch. I'll be right back. If you guys, go get you a drink, have you a stretch as well. We'll be right back here to start at this next story and see why Edgeworth could have done such a thing. All right, be right back in a sec. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Here we are. Put my glasses back on. Doop.
sure my wig is okay. It likes to slip up a little bit on this cap. There we go. We're good. All right, let's start this off, shall we?
Hey, Nick. Do you know if there are any good waterfalls around here?
Waterfalls? Dare I ask why?
Duh, Nick, isn't it obvious? I need a waterfall to stand under, preferably a freezing one.
Oh, is that part of your spirit medium training?
Of course, except I've been slacking off lately. I need to brave the elements and be forged anew under the rushing spring waters.
Okay. I don't know any waterfalls per se, but Gourd Lake is pretty close.
No, darn.
Sorry, but them's the breaks. Couldn't you just take a cold shower or something?
Good idea.
So much for rushing spring waters. Next in the news, a large unidentified animal was sighted at Gourd Lake. The town is buzzing with excitement. Locals are calling it Gordy, in a tip of the hat to Nessie, the Loch Ness monster. Though its namesake, Nessie, proved to be a hoax, locals are confident their Gordy is the real deal. Boring. Can't they show real news for a change?
Nick?
Huh?
The water pressure's kind of low in that shower.
You want more pressure, huh? Why don't you go down to the fire department and have them spray you with the hose?
Good idea, Nick.
Apparently, Fey blood is no aid in detecting sarcasm. We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin. Strange occurrences continue at Gourd Lake, but this time it's murder. Gourd Lake again? Forgot if I said this, but I'm loving this series. The voice acting makes it even better. Oh, thank you very much. No, she is 17. I don't know what you mean. What that was in response to, Steven. Sorry. The body of the man was found in the lake early this morning. The suspect was apprehended. Sources inside the police department revealed that the suspect's name is Miles Edgeworth, age 24. Edgeworth was an up-and-coming prosecutor known for his skill and connections. He was guaranteed a long and rewarding career. Has he thrown it all away? He just went to tell the firemen to hose. Oh, okay, gotcha. A little bit of a phrasing deal. I think I got something for that here. How about one? Where's my button?
Phrasing?
There you go. There you go, Demon. Edgeworth? What's going on? Oh, and sorry, I feel like I didn't respond to you still. Thank you very much for those kind words or whatever. I'm really glad that you're enjoying the series. I hope everybody is. I know even sometimes when I've got nothing to watch or I can't find anything good on YouTube, sometimes I'll just like watch my previous VODs to just try to experience it the same way you guys do. But you know, I'm always just there criticizing myself. Yeah, bad Phoenix. What's going on? Edgeworth would never do something like...
Nick?
Yipes, Maya!
The firemen yelled at me when I called them.
We've got bigger things to worry about than that. They arrested Edgeworth.
What? You mean the prosecutor?
Yeah, he's a suspect in a murder.
What? When? Where? Whom? Why? Oh, I don't know. Let's go find out, Nick.
She's not gonna tell me much. Let's move. Should we go to the detention center? Is Edgeworth here? Are we gonna defend Edgeworth? But I mean, we know he did it, right? We saw the thing at the beginning. It's just like, is that how CSI works? One of those shows does that, where they show you the murder happening, right? And then the whole episode is them trying to figure it out.
You know, Nick, we've all been in here one time or another, haven't we?
I guess it comes with the territory.
I'm not sure it's something we should mention to too many people.
And there he is.
Ah!
And then he faded away. Hey, Edgeworth, come back! He just fades in and out of existence. He's like a ghost. It's hard to have an objective eye on one's own work without picking apart things. Oh yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what it is. I feel like I still get, like a little bit of an idea or whatever, but yeah, it is hard to, like an artist's worst critic is himself. That's what my uncle told me once when I was a kid. And it totally made complete sense to me. Or is themself. Sorry if I said himself. What are you doing here?
Nick, I don't think he's in a very good mood.
Well, he is in detention.
Were you in a good mood when you were here?
So you come to laugh at my fallen attorney. Then laugh. Well, why aren't you laughing?
Nick, should we be laughing?
Nah, it's a trick. Laugh and he'll get mad, or burst into tears. Edgeworth, we don't have much free time we can spend in coming down here to laugh at you.
Yes, you do.
Actually, he's right.
I hoped you wouldn't come. I I didn't want you to see me. Not like this.
I didn't want to see you like this either, believe me.
What happened?
Edgeworth, tell me what happened.
Why should I? What are you going to do about it?
Duh, we're going to help you, that's what.
Help me? You? Don't be ridiculous.
Sorry?
You're a novice. You've only been in 3 trials. Hey! Sure, you got lucky in 1 all 3, but your luck's bound to run out someday. You need real skill, right? Experience.
Nick, he's insulting you. Nick? Why am I always the one who has to get angry?
The murder took place at Gourd Lake, correct?
Yes. Late last night.
The lake is a long way from your offices and the courthouse. Why were you down there?
I see no need to tell you.
Mr. Edgeworth, you didn't really.
Gordy.
Huh?
I went to see Gordy.
Gordy? What's that?
I'll tell you later.
Why won't Edgeworth talk to us?
Looks like we're gonna have to go down to the lake. Check it out. God, my hip is sore and I'm feeling it in my side a little bit sometimes. Ugh. One of these days I'll stop being sore.
This is where it happened?
Yeah, Gourd Lake is in the middle of this park.
I could see some police walking around in there.
Questioning people, probably.
Hey, isn't that Detective Gumshoe over there?
Well, pal, there's enough of us here. Anyone found anything?
Sorry, sir. Nothing.
Idiot. The trial's tomorrow. We need clues on the double.
But sir, there aren't any clues. That's why we arrested that attorney, Mr. Edgeworth. It's clear, sir. He's the one who...
Shut up. Just you try saying that again. I'll make you sorry if you do. So just get out of my face, pal.
Yes, sir.
Detective Gumshoe's kind of scary today.
Recruits? Peh.
Full disclosure, took my meds. Gonna get extra CP, signing off card. Okay, sounds good stuff. Appreciate you letting me know.
Nah.
Eek!
Hey, you're that hairy guy. Hairy Butts.
Wright! Phoenix Wright!
Will we ever learn my name?
And just what are you doing here, pal? Investigating?
Huh? Well, yes, I suppose.
Well, I'm here to help. Ask me anything you want. Bring it.
He seems different than usual. I wonder what's up. Mr. Edgeworth hasn't actually asked us to defend him yet.
Huh? Oh, you don't say.
I think it's because it's Edgeworth. He's all emotional because I think he's pretty much friends with Edgeworth, right? I mean, he always works with him. Talks about him, so... Must be pretty hard on him that he's the one that's in the spotlight right now.
Detective Gumshoe? Do you know what happened here?
Huh? You don't know, pal?
No.
Wow, okay. Mr. Head in the Fluffy Pink Clouds lawyer.
Head in the... Huh?
Never mind. I'll tell you. It happened last night, about 15 minutes after midnight. There was a boat out on Gourd Lake.
Rare occasion I'm capable of communicating prior to passing out. Yeah, gotta take advantage while you can, right, so?
And in that boat there were 2 men. One of those men shot the other with a pistol.
And the shooter was Mr. Edgeworth?
The cop who arrived on the scene arrested him.
How did they get there so fast?
Well, there was a witness. When the report came in, we raced to the lake.
A witness? Who was the witness? Who was this witness?
Sorry, pal, that's confidential. Anyways, the witness saw everything, apparently. I'm sure they'll turn up in trial tomorrow.
Was there only that one witness?
Yep, it was pretty cold out in the lake last night. And it was Christmas Eve, after all. Still, we're being thorough. You never know when you're going to turn up another witness. That's why we're here today, checking things out. So far, we've come up empty.
Oh, it's Christmas today. I'd forgotten. What are you getting me for Christmas, Nick? Talk to Santa. You don't think Mr. Edgeworth is a murderer, do you?
Absolutely not. It's impossible. I don't care if there's a witness either. I don't believe a lick of it.
Right. Who cares what the witness says?
I care.
You really believe him, don't you, Detective?
Of course I do. But the police are pretty sure he's the killer. Nobody's even really taking this investigation that seriously.
Oh, no!
After all the help Mr. Edgeworth has been to us. Hard to imagine that no one's standing up to take his side.
Well, at least you are, Detective. At least you are. Do you know who will be Mr. Edgeworth's defense attorney in tomorrow's trial?
He hasn't got one yet.
What? The trial is tomorrow, isn't it?
Well, I don't know the whole story, but apparently no one he's been talking to will take his case.
Why not?
Mr. Edgeworth won't tell me. When the guy showed up, I figured he'd ask you to defend him.
Unfortunately not.
Well, pal, then you got a job to do. Help out Mr. Edgeworth. Prove that badge you wear isn't just some fancy piece of metal. Prove it to me, pal. Show me you're an attorney.
By investigating? Doesn't seem like an attorney's job. Sign says Gourd Lake Nature Park. This place is full of families picnicking on the weekend. But no waterfall. Not many picnickers come here for spiritual training, Maya. I feel winter's chill from the bare leaf trees today. What is it about winter that turns people into poets? I don't know, but my toes are starting to feel numb. Yes, my poetry has that effect on some people. That's all there is to it, huh? Guess that's all there is to do. I can't talk to him about any more stuff. All right, let's go back to the detention center, see if we can't convince Edgeworth to let us be his representation. Damn it. I'll present him with my attorney badge. Your attorney's your attorney's badge. Edgeworth, let me defend you. Ha! Ha ha! Good one, Wright. But I'm not that hard up, not yet. What do you mean by that? Me trust a wet behind-the-ears lawyer who only 3 trials under his belt? Never. What? My case is near hopeless, Wright. Every defense attorney I've talked to has turned me down. What? Simply put, they were afraid they'd lose. It occurred to me that it might be my fault that they lack confidence. After all, I did get every single one of their clients declared guilty. I don't believe it. Regardless, I don't want you involved in this. You in particular, I cannot ask to do this. Did you do it, Edgeworth? This is really hard for me to ask. But you didn't do it, right? Right? Think what you will. I have only one request. Huh? Stay out of this case. Why? But Nick is trying to help you. I know that. But I don't want your help, okay? Why not? Look, just go away and leave me alone. Nick, Mr. Edgeworth did it, didn't he? Maya, let's go investigate elsewhere. But Nick. Okay. Guess we're going back to Gourd Lake. I ain't got nowhere else to go. Talk to, oh, there we go. Defense request. Did I not say the defense request before? Is it true? No one will take Mr. Edgeworth's case?
Yeah, he's a bit of a celebrity. If you defend him and lost, your reputation will be sure to suffer. What's more, the case against him is, well, it's pretty solid.
I suppose it would be if they have a witness.
Hey, pal! Don't tell me you're going to turn your back on him, too! Remember the Steel Samurai case? Mr. Edgeworth helped you get your client declared innocent.
I know. I went to Edgeworth. I tried. He really doesn't want us to represent him. Especially not us, he said.
What? Well, that doesn't make any sense, pal. You should have heard him talking about you after that trial. He kept saying, right, over and over.
Nick? I'm not sure that's a good sign. Neither am I.
Why wouldn't he want your help? I don't get it.
Detective Gumshoe, sir!
What, you find something?
No, sir, not yet. But there was a call from the precinct. They want to hold an investigation briefing.
The briefing? Right, I'm off. Oh. Sorry, pal. I guess you heard. I gotta go. Any last things you want to ask me before I head back?
The autopsy report, how to get in touch with you. Oh, man. I think the autopsy report, I guess? Because I'll probably get in touch with them if I need to, so I'll say the autopsy report. Well, yes. Do you have any information on the victim?
Sorry. They haven't worked up the autopsy report yet. I'm still waiting for it myself. Actually, say, if you get the time, drop by the precinct. We can talk more there, pal.
You're not coming back, Detective?
Probably not, pal.
So what should we do if we have something to talk to you about?
Right. Here, I'll show you how to get to the precinct. Come down and see me anytime.
Directions to the police station received from Detective Gumshoe. It's fun. It's kind of funny that we had to get directions to the precinct as like a lawyer and stuff, or just like as a citizen. I mean, don't you know where the police station is? Isn't that kind of weird that he didn't know that? I mean, I get as like a game mechanic, you know. I guess I'm being a little bit of a stickler. Oh, hey, look at that. Looks like Papa Wolf in live, guys. I think I know who we might be raiding later. Directions to the police stations have been given. Okay. No, hey, Detective Gumshoe.
What?
We'd like to have a look around the park. Can we walk around?
Yeah, no problem, pal. You got my permission.
You know, Nick, I think there's something to be said for talking to people when they're busy. Yeah, they don't have time to think about not giving you information. Right. Now, let's get investigating. Go to the public beach on the lake. Check that out. December 25th, Gourd Lake, public beach. Got some samurai dogs. Everything's samurai, isn't it? Wowzers! This is Gourd Lake? Yep. I'm not sure it warrants a wowzers, though. Probably not. But hey, look at that snack stand. Samurai dogs.
I want a samurai dog, please. I bet they're great.
With a name like Samurai Dog, how could they not be?
They're a little behind the times, though.
The kids are all into the Pink Princess now.
I mean, like, you know?
Nope. Got the lake itself.
Wow, Gourd Lake is really big.
Yeah.
Say, Nick, why is it called Gourd Lake?
Oh. Well, a long time ago, they used to grow gourds here.
Whoa, no way!
I was sure it was because the lake looked like a gourd when you viewed it from above.
You know, like an hourglass shape?
Well, it is shaped like a gourd, actually, but that's just a coincidence.
Oh, okay.
A hot dog stand. It's closed. The Christmas fringe looks a little half-baked. The banner reads Samurai Dogs. Somebody needs to redecorate. A lineup of plastic benches. I guess the idea is you buy a dog and you eat it here. I doubt anyone would sit here and eat on a day like this. Except maybe Maya, if she has a samurai dog.
Huh? Someone left some poppers here. You know you pull the string.
And it goes pop. Yeah, I know the ones. You see them a lot around New Year's.
Hey, Nick, they might be a clue. Let's take them.
Ah, come on, admit it. You just want to pop them, right?
Was it that obvious?
Poppers? Oh, we're taking them. I suppose it couldn't hurt. Huh? Where'd they go?
Into my pocket.
Put in pocket. Nice. The classic party noisemaker. Pull the string, it goes bang. Not very clue-worthy. Just put something in, take my money. Look later. It cool. Oh, I'll just take a peek right now. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, a windshield sunshade, huh? You know, I might have just bought this. Oh, that's so funny. Stella, I literally bought this 2 weeks ago. I have it in my car. I've been using it for a couple weeks. It's great. It's a little flimsy. That is seriously so funny. I literally just bought this exact thing. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, it is good. I'd say again, though, it is a little fragile. You want to make sure that you get the right size one, because I got one that was slightly too big, because there are two sizes on here. Not on this posting, I think, but there are two sizes that you can get for this guy. But yeah, it is so convenient to be able to just collapse it like that, though. Maybe I should just show everybody what we're talking about. Now they got me looking at it, Stella. Let me show y'all what we're talking about. Say, you know those things you put in your car to block the sun out? You know what I mean? That's what we're looking at here. Let me see if I can pull it up. Oh, I have to remember which one is share page. What? Where is it? Oh, web share. There it is. Boop. There it is. That's what we're talking about. No way. We didn't discuss it. I believe you're my twin. Yeah, that is. Yeah, we definitely did not discuss this beforehand, but this is what we're talking about. So, Stella just posted in the Discord. So yeah, it's just like a little umbrella thing, but it folds out into this big rectangle, and then you just put that in your windshield or whatever. And I don't know, this one almost looks a little bit different, but also exactly the same, because mine came in the exact same case and everything. I think this is the exact same one. It's also $20. But yeah, definitely, I think it's a good purchase, personally. You just got to be careful, because they have really tiny, they're fiberglass, but they're so thin that hold it, like the extended parts in the very far, because it's like an umbrella, but it goes like an extra layer, you know, and it gets real weak out there. I had one snap on me, but it's not too big of a deal, because I just like kind of tuck it over my my visor on the passenger side, and then that keeps it up like where I need it, so it still works out pretty good. Yeah, I definitely recommend that for sure. That's so funny. And we definitely have the same wavelength there, so we like little gadgets like that, don't we? But yeah, my main reason for getting it too is I go to a coin laundry to clean my clothes, and there was one week I went to the coin laundry, and I like to stay out of the laundry like while my laundry is being done, just for like COVID stuff, you know, like instead of having my mask on in there, I just go to my car. But one day
it was so freaking hot in my car, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't have one of those things. I was like, I'm dying in here. I need to have a fucking sun visor. So like I immediately bought one, and now I can like almost completely like close off half my car and become like a tiny little room while I'm at the laundromat. That's so silly. I just need like a sink and everything like you still, and I can just live in my car while I'm there. Anyways, back to the game here. Trash can.
The trash can is empty. At least the place is well maintained.
I guess that's all we got here. Let's go back to that other area. The woods. I was gonna say you need that shit in case you. Oh yeah, dude, freaking like 200 degrees in your car. Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and in my car for some reason I need to get it taken in because I think it might be running a little bit out of Freon. Because like every once in a while, like if I'm in my car for, I think it's about 30 minutes because it takes me about an hour to do all my laundry. My car will just get super hot. Like all of a sudden the AC will stop. And for about 5, maybe 10 minutes is the longest it's ever stopped. And then it'll kick back in. But it just makes me think like it's probably losing pressure, I think. And it's like the compressor or something. So maybe I need more Freon. But yeah, it was horrible that day, dude. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to die in here. And the worst part too about that specific day was I couldn't even go into the laundromat because for some reason that exact week the laundromat's AC was out. So the laundromat was actually worse to go in because you have all those hot machines in there and they didn't have AC. Oh, it was horrible in there. So it was just like I just had to sit here and suffer. It was horrible. Mine is a bit small. I didn't measure. I have a Honda CRV. Oh, right on. Are you talking about the windshield? Yeah, I think you definitely want to get the right one. If anything, I would say probably try to get one that's a tiny bit smaller because I went larger because I thought like, oh, well, I don't want light to come through the edges, so I'll get the bigger one. But the bigger one, it's just a little clumsy. It's just a little hard to get in there. It works, but it doesn't look like it fits well, I guess. But it does block all the light, and that's all that matters. I remember 114 heat index day. Oh, dude, gosh. No AC in the car. Oh, God. You need AC here, dude. I can't believe I ever had a car that didn't have AC. I think I've had 2 or 3 cars in my lifetime that didn't have AC, and oh my God. It's so horrible. There's no amount of air that you can get coming through the window that's gonna make that okay. Like it just doesn't work. So take sips here. God, speaking of that hot, man, it's gonna be all hot this week, man. I get my scooter in tomorrow, and I'm super psyched for it, but I don't think I'm gonna want to go in that heat, dude. I'm gonna have to like wait until after the stream tomorrow when it's like 11 o'clock or whatever, and just go for like a real quick spin before I go to bed or something while it's cooler. Because holy crap, this is supposed to be like I think like in the 30s Celsius tomorrow, which is like the 90s, right? God, yeah, it's like still 31 now. Jiminy. Oh, look at that little camping area.
I like it here, Nick. Look, someone's camping.
They've got guts camping at a scene of a murder.
Hey, Nick. If they were camping here last night, they might know something about the murder.
Uh-oh. There we go.
That's true.
My voice thing was all of a sudden messing up. But we got it.
Good call, Maya. Let's go talk to them.
How about we examine a little bit first?
Hey, Nick.
What, don't tell me you're hungry again.
No. I was just wondering why the camping pots and pans made of aluminum.
They didn't talk about that in any of the law books.
So there's no law saying it has to be made out of aluminum then.
No, I'm not having this conversation. There's food and some magazines on the sheet. It takes a pretty tough skin to camp in this cold. The sign says no camping. Funny place to pitch your tent.
Wait, what if the sign said no setting tents on fire?
I don't think they have signs like that.
Oh.
Alright. Foot-powered washing machine. No, yeah, you got that. I think you showed us that in one of your pictures, right? I think I saw that. It's that thing that kind of like spins around. I think you've shown us a link to that before too, which always seemed pretty cool. I like the idea of tiny machines, you know, especially like foot powered is like probably the coolest part, to be honest. That's all just like a mechanical or whatever.
The trees grow quite thick here. And further back, the trees fade into the shadow where the sunlight can't reach them. How much have you used that, Stella? That foot-powered washing machine? Have you gotten to get some use out of that much yet? I just kind of wondered. This SUV has seen better days. It's dented all over. I can't believe anyone would drive their car down here. This camera has a mic and some sort of attachment. It must take pictures when triggered by a noise. Either that or it's taking pictures at a set interval. The time lapse.
Wow, cool. Let's try it out. Hi, I'm Nick. Maybe I'm not saying it loud enough. Hey, I'm Nick!
Huh?
Nick! Will you stop that? Maybe it's broken. Don't kick it. Maybe it isn't set to respond to voices.
Oh god, if she kicked it and it was a time lapse, oh god, she would have just fucking ruined everything. Just totally fucked the entire time lapse.
Well, what then? These things?
The party poppers? Bang. Click, 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 click.
Well, it responded.
Yo! No, it's Lady.
You! Get your hands off of that! What in the Sam Hill? Look what you've done now! There goes a whole roll of film! What? Huh? Sorry! Sorry's nice, but it doesn't pay my bills. Y'all know how much a roll of film costs?
Why are you not going digital, girl? I have a washing machine in my house, so I've only done it for the delicates and to test it. It can't handle big loads, but it'll get you socks and undies in a pinch. Yeah, there you go. And I mean, hell, I mean that's kind of like the most important things to wash too, right? Make sure that you stay healthy and everything. But yeah, so that's pretty cool though. Is it like you have to do it for a really long time to really make sure that you get it pretty good, or? Because I guess it being foot powered, it could be kind of tiring too, you know?
I'll pay you back. What were y'all thinking, setting off a party popper in a place like this?
Well...
What? Don't try to play stupid with me just because you think I'm some country bumpkin. Yeah, I know y'all Yanks think. I say, those smothering folks talk with that exaggerated drawl and why they must be dumb. Well, let me tell you, just because I might be dumb, don't mean we all are. Nick, help! And who are you now? Her chaperone?
No. Rather, we're sort of friends?
Just figure out what y'all are gonna say and say it for bejesus's sake. God, I'd rather sit through one of Papa's draws than listen to you stutter all day.
Oh boy. I guess we should pay her for the film.
Watch it!
Yes, ma'am. On second thought, I'll pay later.
I'm really sorry.
You got that mouth. She's like, "Arr." Almost looks like it's like a sticker that she put over her mouth. Like it could be like a piece of fabric that's just covering her face, like a piece of tape almost. Like her teeth almost look like it's just a texture on there, you know what I mean? How was that party popper? Jeez, right? Yeah, exactly. That party pooper. I just saw that. It was funny. 5-minute wash, I pedal every 10 seconds, and the same for rinse, and then one pedal every 3 seconds for 30 seconds to spin dry. Oh, really? Only one pedal? Like you just push it down? Okay, for some reason I was imagining a lot more like, you know what I'm saying? So that's actually like pretty damn efficient for like your own energy for operating.
What? Can't y'all see I'm changing the film on my camera here? Someone, I'm not naming any names, but someone used up a whole roll. Sorry.
That didn't work. I wonder if I have anything to show her that would get her attention. Let's ask her name first.
What? Can't you see I'm changing the film on my camera here?
Someone, I'm not naming. Okay, basically the same thing.
I am a lawyer.
Nope, gotta pop back out here. What? I can't present it. Oh, I gotta present here.
Take that!
This is my badge.
Huh? Aren't badges supposed to be all shiny and impressive? You a cop or something?
I'm a lawyer.
What? Y'all ain't trying to pull one on them lawsuits on me over that film now. Cause I'll have y'all know I'm a fighter and I wrestled meaner looking things than you.
No, that's not it at all.
We're here investigating a murder that took place here on the lake. A murder? Sounds cool. Why didn't y'all say that in the first place? Go ahead, ask me anything you like.
Finally, some cooperation.
You too. Y'all come out of hiding now. I won't bite. Hard.
Come to think of it, where did Maya get to?
Sorry. I was feeling a little overwhelmed. The culture gap and all. Never you mind, honey. I can talk yank for you if it pleases you. But thanks. I think I'll be okay. Great then. I'm Lotta. Lotta Hart. But y'all can call me Lotta. She's got a lot of heart. I'm here photographing meteor showers for a research project. Mighty pleased to meet you.
All right, Lotta.
What happened?
Nope, they tested it and that was the most optimal.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, I just imagined, it would have taken more effort to get it to roll. Does it like have a good amount of momentum every time you pump it? Like, doesn't it have like a spinning thing in the middle? Isn't that how it works? That'd be cool to see a little video of that.
Oh yeah, when was that murder anyway? I ain't seen much television lately. It happened late in the night of Christmas Eve. That's so. Christmas Eve?
A man on a boat was shot.
Did you see anything? Well, let me see. A boat, you say? I reckon I might have seen one. Not sure, though. Y'all gotta remember, I've been watching this here lake for a good 3 days now. I've seen enough boats to choke a mule. Kinda hard to remember which I seen when.
I think the thing here, I think it's pretty obvious too. Maybe you guys have all figured it out too, but the whole like she has a camera that takes pictures when they hears a sound. Well, someone got shot in the middle of the lake, which the camera's pointed at, and the gun would have made a big sound. You know what I'm saying? This might be where this is leading.
So, what is it that you do, Lotta? Huh? Me? You don't really want to know that, do you? Actually, I'm a research student at Country U, right in the heart of the Heartland. Wow, neat. Nick, she's a research student at a university. Country U.
So I hear.
So when did you come up here? Let me see. I guess it was about 3 days ago.
What are you photographing?
Didn't I tell y'all that already? Meteors. Yep, meteor showers.
Falling stars? It was her, she's the murderer, calling it out. Yeah, she sniped him from across the lake. Like, Edgeworth was just sitting there talking to some guy and he got shot and he's like, what the fuck? And it was her. Thanks for the momentum. I'll take a video tomorrow if I tried now. I'd break it. That sounds good. So yeah, I'd be definitely interested to check that out. It's cool. I always like just like on an engineering level, I always just think it's like fascinating, you know? It's one reason why I really like gadgets. The engineering of it that went into it.
That's quite a camera you have there. Y'all better know it. It's German made. Genuine Solingen.
Isn't that where they make knives?
So what's that device you have stuck to the camera? Huh? Device? Your camera went off all by itself when I fired the party popper. Oh, that might trigger the shutter whenever it detects certain sounds. It's programmed to pick up loud noises right now. A programmable camera? Neat!
Well, it's camera added to the court record. No, we can just take this as evidence. Like, okay, Lotta, we're taking this. Your entire livelihood now. What sound camera for meteor shower? That makes no sense. Oh, I agree to it. Yeah, absolutely. Like, oh yeah, because meteor showers, you know how loud they are. They're always so loud. Clearly, you just need like a sound-activated camera to take a picture of meteor shower. I feel like that's like the only thing that they could come up with, apparently, you know? For her to be like needing that sound thing, because it's got to be they're trying to set up a situation where the camera would have taken a picture with the sound of the gun, because yeah, nothing else lines up. I feel like sometimes the writing in these games can be a little bit wonk, but I guess maybe that's just it being a little bit of an anime for you. Not trying to paint that on all animes though, because plenty of great animes out there. That's all we got for her, huh? Nothing to present. We just got something that we can present to other people. Go to the public beach from here. Let's examine this. This camera is rigged to respond to noise, but it only responds to loud noises, like a party popper. Or a gun. How does Phoenix not put that together yet? I feel like it's the first thing I would have thought, like, oh, perfect! Yeah, makes no sense. I can't sleep, this meteor shower is so loud. Oh, exactly, dude. Like, what the fuck, dude? That doesn't make any sense. Alright, I think we're ready to move. Yes, we'll go back to the beach. Then we can move to the boat rental shop. December 25th, boat rental shop.
Nick, what is this place?
Boat rental shop. Closed for Christmas, it seems. I guess a murder taking place is on one of the boats won't be good for business either.
Boats? I've never ridden one on a boat.
Really? Well, how about we go out on one when the trial's finished?
Hey, good idea! You bet!
A small boat rental shop. Doesn't look like anyone is around. Ooh, hydrate from Demon. Thank you very much, Demon. Keeping track of me. Make sure I keep these pipes wetted. And honestly, Demon, thanks for hanging out. You've been here like for most of the stream, and I really appreciate it, dude. Hopefully that means you're having a good time. Thanks for that wow. Hell yeah, dude. It doesn't look like anyone is around. They're probably closed because it's Christmas. Any other things here? The boats. There are some boats floating at the dock. Was one of those boats used in the murder? I wonder.
Nick?
Huh?
I changed my mind. I don't really want to go for a boat ride.
She doesn't want to be in the one that the murder took place in. Too creepy. Ooh, in the bushes. No clues here. Nope, there is a clue right there. Well, not a clue, but something to look at. There's more forest off that way. I doubt I'll find any helpful clues in there. Okay. And that's all we get here. Okay. Maybe something will happen here later. Back to the beach. And then back to the entrance. And then criminal affairs department. We could go there. I think that's probably the only place really there is to go, because I still have a feeling that Edgeworth doesn't want to talk to us. So criminal affairs it is. Go talk to Gumshoe. What is that stuffed animal in the back? It's supposed to be like in their world, that's a Pokemon. That's like their version of Pikachu. I've never heard my name said as often as I do during these streams. Oh yeah, that's funny. Yeah, because you keep saying Nick. That's funny. And it's just me yelling it in different voices all the time. Well, I guess it's mostly Maya's voice when she's the one that calls him Nick, right? That's funny. Edgeworth is my second fave. Edgeworth is great. I do really like Edgeworth. He's a cool character. Yeah, at first, you know, he really comes off as a bit of a prick, but especially in that last one. Like, I really like the jokes they were telling with Edgeworth for a while, and then when he actually, like, stepped in on that last that court testimony, I thought that was pretty cool. And it's great that they had this, like, right after that, and how Gumshoe even brings it up and everything. I think that's cool. Really makes you feel like you're part of this, like, overarching narrative, you know? But they keep referring back to, like, your previous, like, cases and stuff. Pretty cool. I'll be in the other room and hear you say my name in a soft lady voice, and it makes me lol. That's funny. Hell yeah, dude. Gumshoe is a bad detective, but a soft. Yeah, I like Gumshoe. He reminds me a little bit of Zenigata, if you're familiar with Lupin the Third, the anime. He always had a detective Zenigata chasing after him, and he's a bit of a buffoon himself. So I think that's kind of why it reminds me of him.
Looks like Detective Gumshoe isn't here.
Something wrong, miss? Huh? Turning yourself in? Okay, what did you do? Shoplifting? Larceny? Public indecency?
No, none of these things. We're looking for Detective Gumshoe. Is he around?
Gumshoe? Oh, yeah. He's in a meeting right now. I don't think he'll be out anytime soon.
Okay, we'll come back.
You do that. Oh, and go straight home and stay out of trouble. No more shoplifting, you got that?
Do I look like a criminal or something?
That's pretty funny how he's immediately like, so what did you do? All these fucking horrible things? Like, that's how it happens all the time. There's always somebody coming in, just turning themselves in. Just watched Lupin not too long ago, the castle of Cagliostro. It's a hard one. That's cool. I don't think I've actually seen, that's one of the movies, right? I haven't seen the movies, I've just watched the show, but I didn't know the movies existed. You know, I actually just totally remembered, they made a new Lupin 3D show or movie, right? Is Hayao Miyazaki's directorial debut. Oh, that movie was? That Lupin movie that you're talking about? That's cool. Yeah, it's on Netflix, I think. The 3D one you're talking about, Lemur? Is that the one you're talking about? The live action? Oh, not. I wasn't talking about a live action one. That's cool that there's a live action one. I know there's a show called Lupin on Netflix that's live action. That's not about Lupin the Third, but I think it might be maybe inspired by the same thief, because I think there was a thief maybe that was named Lupin or something like that. But there is a 3D one where they use like almost like claymation style models or whatever. I wasn't sure if it was related. Yeah, me too, Lemur. I was the same way. I was like, what, Lupin? And then I looked further into it and I found that it's not actually linked to the anime or whatever. But yeah, there is a 3D movie or show of Lupin that they're like they're remaking it, remastering it. I don't know what the fuck it was, but I remember seeing the trailer, and because I think Moth was the one that told me about it or somebody, and then I watched the trailer at first thinking, oh man, 3D Lupin, but I really like the animation style. And then I watched the trailer and I was like, actually, that's pretty fucking tight, dude. So I'm definitely coming around on the whole 3D anime stuff. I think the more I see like how they're improving it, the more I'm just like, actually, that does look pretty damn good, dude. Yeah, that Lupin movie, Cagliostro, or what? I'm not even gonna stick on that word for too long this time. Is the debut of the guy that went on to do all the Studio Ghibli movies. It's good. I watched it on Amazon. Oh, nice, cool. Yeah, I should definitely, knowing that, if he's the guy behind Studio Ghibli, I definitely should check it out for sure. Time for a bowl in bed, Charlotte. Sounds good to me. Pass right out after that bowl, huh? I love Lupin. I'm here for it. Hell yeah. Yeah, me too. Lupin is great. Lupin!
These are the detectives' desks. There are computers and files in each one. Funny, they're a lot tidier than I expect. I guess the detectives don't spend a lot of time in their desks.
Dude, the time they do spend there, they're cleaning it up, apparently. Yeah, the detectives' desks. Alright. Who's this guy? Oh, the chief?
This must be the chief of the detectives here. He's glued to his computer screen.
What? Gord Lake? Gordy sighted? I don't believe it.
Shouldn't you be reading something more important?
That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself.
Your mama could see you know she'd be crying.
Your mama could see you know she'd be crying. Now break and spit it out, you low-life scumbag. Is he like practicing police lines? He must be doing image training for interrogations. I guess that's what's going on. Weird. Alright, well there's nothing else here for us. So I guess we go back to the detention center. Yeah, this office must be social distancing. Yeah, that's what it is. There you go.
Just no skill.
Thanks for that, Demon. I got some skill though, bro. Yeah, have a good night, Shiloh. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. You know we love having you here. Oh, and Edgeworth isn't even gonna come hang out, and he's not gonna say anything? I mean, he's just gonna say the same thing about the guard. A real pro. Okay, so there's nothing here. Didn't do anything at the affairs department, so I guess should we go back? I don't know, let's go back to Wright & Co. law offices, see if we can get something from Maya, I guess. What does she think? Well, what should we do?
What do you mean? Let's investigate. We should talk to Mr. Edgeworth and check out the crime scene.
You're right. We need more information. Save aimlessness and confusion for later.
Well, game, you're the one that's making me a little aimless and confused, I must admit.
Well, got any good ideas?
Not really. I do my best thinking when I'm standing underneath a waterfall.
So you don't do your best thinking very often then, Present... What if I present her with Lotta's camera?
Who was that with the camera? Lotta something? Let's go talk to her about the photograph.
Okay, so wait, I thought I talked to her about everything I could. Okay, well, here we go. Go back to Lotta. Lotta?
Yeah?
So your camera, it triggers on loud explosion noises.
Yep.
Actually, the victim in the case we're researching, he was shot with a pistol.
A pistol?
Right. Now, wouldn't a gunshot make a similar noise to your party popper? Or to our party popper?
I guess it would.
Your camera didn't get a picture of the murder, did it?
Hey! Y'all are pretty bright.
Huh?
I see what you're saying. Tell you what, I'll have a look-see at my film.
It would have been a photo taken late last night.
I checked it once, don't remember if there was anything on him, though. But if I got something, I could be a witness to a genuine murder. Yeehaw! I'll go check that film. Y'all come back now, you hear?
A classic Southern thing to say. So as somebody who has never played Phoenix Wright, what's the deal with Maya? She changes age? Is it magic? Okay, yeah, I'll explain that. So at the very first episode, you, Phoenix Wright, are like a brand new attorney, and you work for someone named Mia. Mia's like, she owns her own law office or whatever. It's like Faye & Co. Law Office is what it was called. She has to go develop all the film. Sus. Yeah, right. So we worked for Faye & Co. And so Mia Faye was the main person who owned it or whatever. She kind of taught us how to be a lawyer. So then in the second episode, Mia is the victim. Mia dies. And she's killed, and you meet Maya, her younger sister. Maya's there when she's dead, and Maya gets accused of being the murderer because Gumshoe comes in and he's like, oh, Maya's here, and there's a dead lady, and she's going to jail. So then you have to represent Maya. And then in that court case, you find out that Mia and Maya, that their family were all mediums. So they actually have like spirit powers in a way. So Mia apparently like especially so. But basically you find out that they have spirit powers and so they use that in the game as a mechanism to bring Mia back sometimes. So Mia can like inhabit Maya, her little sister, and whenever she does that, Maya looks like Mia, and so she has like these big tits and stuff, and she's like all looking all sexy or whatever, which is kind of weird. Mia and Maya, not much originality from their parents, right? Yeah, exactly. I think that's kind of the thing in this game, though. Everybody's names are also weird or whatever. Is this case closed yet? It will be once we nab Lotta for the murder.
Two inside her SUV. I guess we should come back later.
Okay, so now I can go talk to Gumshoe, I bet. I just needed to trigger that, okay. So yeah, sometimes Mia will randomly just like embody Maya to help us out. So I think that's what you mean by the age change. It's the tits that were getting me, to be honest. Yeah, well, she goes from being this young girl to being this like very curvaceous older lady. So yeah, it's a little weird. I always think it's like really funny. You can definitely tell when it's Mia, that's for sure.
I guess Detective Gumshoe is still in that meeting.
Hey! Thanks for coming down, pal.
Detective Gumshoe!
We just finished the meeting, for better or for worse.
I get the feeling we're in for some bad news.
I was actually referencing Case Closed, that anime with the detective and in the kid's body. Oh yeah, I knew that's what you're referencing, to be honest. Sorry I didn't mention that, but yeah, that's like one of my favorite animes, Case Closed for sure. Guy gets shrunk because he's about to like solve a case in the first episode, and the entire show is about him trying to like get back at them, right? So that he can get back into his full-grown body? Because it isn't like his girlfriend that... His girlfriend's dad is a detective and he's like a bad detective, so him as a kid like to solve all the crimes, but he's got to convince the dad to actually solve the crime because he's just a kid. Such a good show, dude. Good reference, man.
Do you know anything about that victim yet?
Oh no, sorry, that was what we were saying. Do you know anything about the victim yet?
No, still can't ID him.
Has Mr. Edgeworth said anything?
Not a word.
Detective Conan, I think that was his name. It's been a bit. Probably because it was based off of Sherlock Holmes, right? Even in the intro, it showed like Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's name, I think, like at one point, right? There's like, it's just like tiled or something. But it's definitely based off of work by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, I think. So I assume they call him Conan just for that, right? Like his little tip of the hat there, tip of the wig, if you will.
So how did the meeting go?
Well, I can't tell you, pal. You're a lawyer.
True.
You know, I don't know what to believe anymore. Sure, Mr. Edgeworth's human like you or me. Still, I get the feeling that if he'd done something wrong, he wouldn't go hiding it. That's just the kind of guy he is. Why can't anyone else see that?
So they think that Mr. Edgeworth did it.
Well, the trial's starting tomorrow, as scheduled.
I see.
Hey, in the end, you did tell us about the meeting.
Don't go telling anyone else, pal.
Yes, sir.
And do me a favor. Stand by Mr. Edgeworth. He needs help, and you're the ones to help him. I'm sure he's got some reason why he won't talk to us.
Thanks, Detective Gumshoe.
Ah, yep, a little on the nosy. Yeah, absolutely. They wanted to make sure that you don't miss the reference, right? That's why I gotta be on the nose.
Detective Gumshoe, how come you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much?
Well, I think that was obvious. We got a strong working relationship, us two. We trust each other, and that's how it works.
A working relationship?
See, Mr. Edgeworth always gets his defendants declared guilty every time. Yeah, his methods might be a little extreme at times, but there's a reason. He trusts our investigation, see? He trusts us to get the right man. That's why I work extra hard, pal. We've got to earn that trust he places in us.
I see.
It's a pretty touching little thing there. It's kind of nice. No, Miss Lemur, don't mind me. Just got here. Gonna lurk. Sounds good. This game looks fun. Oh, it is a lot of fun, Miss Lemur. It's definitely over the top, and there's a lot of good story and stuff to it. So yeah, you're definitely in for a treat if you haven't got to see these yet. And welcome in. Thanks for being here.
Mr. Edgeworth is a man you can trust, and you have my word on that.
I was wondering, did you ever get that autopsy report?
Oh, that? Yeah, I made a copy for you.
Sometime on the 24th to 25th, caused one bullet shot to the heart. So my question is, like, how did they know? Oh yeah, they knew because of the witness, right? We haven't got to meet the witness yet, because I guess it wasn't Lada. So somebody went out into the middle of this lake and shot someone. Someone else saw it somehow. Why would you bring him out in the middle of the lake and shoot him? I don't know, weird. Weird setup. You know, pretty on par for this game. Thank you.
Nick,
Huh?
can you show me that photo of the victim?
Oh, look at that. You got to see who it was finally.
That face!
Someone you know?
I don't know. I just have this feeling that I met him somewhere a long time ago.
Okay. Maybe it's her spirit powers? Maybe Mia knows him or something? It's a fish with a gun. That's as plausible as anything else we've got so far. I mean, it looked like it was Edgeworth because of the beginning or whatever. Maybe it's going to turn out that Edgeworth was doing something good or something. I wonder how they're going to flip this one on us. All right, let's see. We talked to him about everything we can. We probably should go see Edgeworth. Mr. Edgelord! Fuck, he's still not here? Edgeworth, dude, open up, bro. I guess we've given Lada some time so she can go develop all of her films, so we should go do that.
December 25th, Gourd Lake Woods.
Well, there she is.
Hey, y'all! Lotta! Wait up a sec. We got bingo. Bingo? My automatic camera took 2 pictures last night. Hey! This is them. Take a look.
Oh yeah, it tells us everything. We need to zoom in and enhance. All right, computer. Zoom in and enhance. That didn't really work out very well. Still processing the enhancement. Merry Christmas. Is it old Greg? It's old Greg. You ever drink Bailey's from a shoe? Whatever he said.
Wait! See? See? He's shooting him with that pistol.
It looks like that, yes.
But you can't really tell who that is shooting. Yeah, well, there was enough fog out there last night to strangle a bullfrog. But you know, seeing these photos reminded me of something. What? I saw a murder happen. I'm a witness. What? Are you serious? Of course.
How do you forget? Never mind.
Y'all reckon I should tell the cops?
I reckon so. I reckon so.
What's that? Now, don't y'all go trying to mock my accent. Now, I'm a sensitive lady. Hey, so I'm off to talk to the cops. Y'all can have this photo. Later. Wait, Lotta! What? Can't y'all see I'm kind of busy? Tell us what you saw, too, please. Nice try, honey, but I wasn't born yesterday. I'm a witness, and that means I'm on the side of justice, and that means the cops. I'd sooner eat my south side of a northbound skunk than tell you.
The south side of a northbound skunk. Like, what a fucking mouthful of words. To say you would rather eat a skunk's ass.
Lotta! Don't let it get your skivvies in a bunch. Friends today, enemies tomorrow. Or was that the other way around? No matter. I'm gone. Hey, maybe they'll let me do some testifying. Hot darn!
And she might be our first witness to testify, huh?
She left. Well, that's one more witness. What do we do now, Nick?
Well, if she saw something, there's not much we can do about it. The question is, what exactly did she see? I guess we'll find out in the trial tomorrow.
Make photo added to the court record. Okay. Now we go talk to Edgeworth. Oh, something's happening here.
Looks like the police have given up their interviewing.
Hey! No, Santa Claus.
Ah! Nick! It's Santa's. I think Santa's mad at you.
Long time no see, Nick. Is it gonna be Larry Butts in there or something?
Nick, you know Santa? Wow, Nick and Saint Nick. Hey, I see the connection.
Don't be ridiculous. Dude, it's me! Yeah, it is.
Larry! What are you doing here?
Isn't it obvious? I'm working my day job. I sell samurai dogs. Want one? Gotta get money for dates, you know. My girl, Kianse, deserves the best.
Kianse? Not another model, I hope.
No, Kianse is a fine, fine woman, Nick. It was her idea that I wear this costume. She was all, you go, girlfriend, you know? She bought this costume for me.
That's great, Larry.
Wow, a Santa costume. She must be really nice.
Whoa, cute.
Nick, who's she? She's not my
What? No, she's not.
I'm his partner, Maya Fey. I'm, the little sister.
Sister? Wow, Nick, it must be tough. Working 9 to 5, having to take care of a little sister.
No, I'm not Nick's sister. I'm my older sister's little sister.
Huh? Sounds great.
Don't worry, Maya. He's not listening.
Is he gonna be the witness? That'd be funny if it was Larry. What happened?
Hey, Larry. There was a murder here last night. And since you work here, have you heard anything?
Nick, you're wasting your time. Last night was Christmas Eve. He was with Fiance, obviously. He wouldn't have been standing out here in the cold.
Oof.
Huh?
I think what you just said caught him off guard, Maya. No, it's just Fiance's not in town right now. She's in Hawaii on a photo shoot.
A model. I knew it.
Well, anyway, there was a murder here on the lake. The trial's tomorrow. Huh? Neat. The defendant is Edgeworth, Miles Edgeworth.
Nick? Why would Larry know Edgeworth?
Whoa, Nick! You don't mean that Miles Edgeworth, old Edgy.
Yeah, he's the murder suspect.
Whoa, murder?
Huh? You know Mr. Edgeworth, Larry?
Yeah, of course. Edgy was on the same class as us in grade school.
What? Tell me about the dogs.
Huh? Oh, you mean the samurai dogs?
Why are they samurai dogs? I mean, they kind of look gourd-shaped.
Oh, well, originally they were gourd dogs, you know, like guard dogs?
Ouch.
The samurai thing was Fiance's idea. Oh, she's my woman, you know. She was all change the name and you go, girlfriend. She made me that banner. Man, the kids can't get enough of those samurai dogs.
Something about that seems wrong.
Kids loving the dogs.
Oh, and guess what? We're getting a ton of customers here at the lake with that, with that big news.
The big news?
Yeah, Gordy.
Gordy? So, Mr. Edgeworth was your classmate, Larry?
Yeah, Nick and him and I used to hang out all the time.
Wow, I never knew.
Don't get me wrong, he's always been kind of a stick in the mud. Studying all the time, trying to be like father.
Like his father?
Yeah, Edgy's pop was a famous defense lawyer back in the day.
Ooh, defense lawyer, huh?
Wow.
The You Go Girl has got me cracking up. I know, dude. Every time he's like, oh, she's all like, you go, girl. Like, oh, man, she's my woman. Tell me to you go, girl, it all the time. Oh, fucking Larry's crazy.
Wait, you said defense lawyer?
Yeah.
Wait a second, but Mr. Edgeworth is a prosecuting attorney.
What? Edgy's got a proboscis on his knee.
No, he's a prosecuting attorney. That's like the total opposite of a defense lawyer.
Huh. Go figure. He always used to talk about defending the weak who are unable to defend themselves. Man, he used to go on and on about man's duty to society and all that. What a bore. Wonder what changed his mind, though. Do you know, Nick?
Nick?
So I think Nick might know something then, huh? Old Phoenix.
What's Gordy?
Huh? You mean you don't know? It's here, this very lake. A giant, mysterious monster. Gordy.
A monster?
Yeah. Check it out. This is an article from yesterday's newspaper. There's a photo.
Wow, it's really real.
Now look at this, eh?
Nick, a monster. A real monster.
Yeah.
It's probably just a log or something, right?
Hey, there's a quote here from the person who took the photo.
What's this? I set the camera to automatic, and when we got into the frame, I heard a loud bang, like an explosion, followed by a sound of something slipping into the water. I wish I could have seen it. Well, that's interesting. So the thing slipping into the water could have been the body of the two hooded people? The plot thickens. One sec. There we are. Looks similar to the other pic. Yeah, in some ways, for sure. I wish I could have seen it. Why would there be a sound like an explosion? Larry, could I borrow this article from you?
Sure, no problem. That'll be $1 million.
1 million? Grow up, Larry. 40 article added to the court record. Why, thank you, Larry. Mr. Butts. I'll try presenting this to Larry, why not?
But what's this? You know, my eyes have been getting pretty bad lately, Nick.
Actually, the photo's blurry, Larry. It was taken last night.
Last night?
Okay. Oh, now he looks worried. We're all right, Larry. Don't worry, buddy. All right, we'll go back to Edgeworth, I guess. Yeah, enhance. Exactly, do it.
Zoom in and enhance.
Too bad we don't have that technology. People are still using fucking film, apparently. Attention center, come on, edgy boy! Damn it. Talk to Gumshoe, maybe? There we go. September 25th, Police Department. Criminal Affairs. Not a Gumshoe in sight.
If you're looking for Detective Gumshoe, he's in the questioning room. Apparently an important witness turned up. He'll be in there a while.
With a lot of heart. It has to be.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Nothing to do here then. Try that detention center again. Nope. Back to the lake. Go to the boat rental. Nope. Talk to Larry about everything we can talk about. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna sit down real quick. I'm gonna stand for a couple hours.
I feel it in my legs.
All right. So, what to do next? Move. We go back to the campsite. Nothing here. Can't go to the criminal affairs department. I guess I can go back to our office? Am I saying something? What is it? Oh, nothing. Just something's been bothering me. Could you show me that autopsy report once more? Hey, I remember now. This guy. He's a lawyer that was at the office me worked at. I met him once when I went there to hang out with Sis. That office? Wait. You mean Grossberg's office? Right, that guy. That was the last name I expected to come up. Maybe I should go talk to him, for old time's sake. Here we go. Got another place to go. Still missing that big photo, though. That's pretty funny with the big painting. Even though Mr. White's in jail, you never get the photo back? I mean, I keep calling it a photo. It's a painting. It's like an oil painting or something, right? Ah, that old familiar clearing of the throat.
Aha, you're Mia's something, are you not?
Oh, it's her understudy, yes. Phoenix Wright.
Aha, and you're Mia's something too, are you not?
Her little sister, yes.
You've grown. You've come to look a lot like your sister, you know. Yeah, it takes me back. Ah, the old days of my youth. Like the scent of fresh lemon, you see.
Mr. Grossberg's there?
Hmm? Ah, yes, I beg your pardon. Of course you came here to discuss something. What is it then? Something the matter?
There was a murder last night.
A murder?
You haven't heard?
I, just got up, you see.
Well, Miles Edgeworth shot someone with a pistol.
Edgeworth? What? Who did he shoot?
Well, the identity of the victim is still unknown.
This is terrible news indeed.
I guess he hadn't heard anything. Mr. Grossberg, whatever happened to that painting?
No, yes. I do not think it shall ever be coming back home to this office. I can't exactly claim it as stolen. I suppose it's just my dessert. It's my just desserts. Old, bitter desserts. Hmm? Strange. Feel as though I've seen this man somewhere before. Ah!
Did you remember?
He was a lawyer here in my office. That's Hammond. Robert Hammond.
Mr. Hammond.
And you say this is the man Miles Edgeworth shot? So this is the moment the crime took place, eh?
Yes.
You can't really say for sure it's Edgeworth. I'm not sure whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm not sure at all. My apologies. I'm not sure what I can help you with that. So, this camera on the lake takes a photo whenever it hears an explosion sound.
That's what she said.
And it just happened to be set on the beach, pointing out on the lake?
Yes. That, she said it was to photograph shooting stars.
Shooting stars, explosions. What's the connection? I'd be suspicious of this witness of yours.
Hey, look, he's even calling it out to it. That's a little weird, right? Explosions and shooting stars, what's the connection there? Right. Maybe she was lying and she's actually trying to get a photo of Gordy, right? Because that's probably what it is, because apparently when Gordy popped up, there was a bang sound. An explosion or whatever, so that's probably what she's actually trying to do, but she's maybe just telling you that she's trying to get meteor shots as a cover-up so that she sounds more like a scientist rather than a person who is a conspiracy theorist or whatever, you know? Or a cryptid hunter, if you will.
Same old office as last time.
A table for clients. An elegant ebony case. And if I'm not mistaken, that lighter's made of solid gold. Even I can tell someone here's got a lot of money to burn. We should put things on our client's table too. I'm not really sure, or I'm not really into smoking. We could put out candy or gum. Classy. Why is the wall there a different color? A big painting was hanging there until recently. Huh? What happened to it? Well, he gave it to someone. I bet he gave it to someone some romantic interest. Love blooms eternal, Nick. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go with that. Expensive-looking mahogany bookshelves filled with expensive-looking books. Funny. They don't look like they've ever been read. Well, then let's take them back to our office. He won't miss them. We don't need them. Then we can take that, wooden bear? It is kind of cute. True, she seems simple, but that could be an easy cover. Yeah, for sure. And it just seems like it makes more sense that she would want to take a picture or something like that. A solid mahogany desk. The wood's been polished with deep luster. Hey, Nick, I want a desk like that in our office too. I don't know. I don't think I'm ready to sit at a desk like that yet. Huh? I meant for me. You'd better start saving your allowance then. An expensive potted plant. No idea what kind of plant it is, but it's probably the most expensive one available. I think your Charlie is cuter. Or Charlie is cuter, so she named a plant that we have. Right, he's a really cute plant.
That's all we get from Grossberg, huh? Okay. Do we try the detention center again? I guess it's the only other place I can go besides the law offices. Fucking Edgeworth, dude. What's up, man? I'm just going through all these different areas trying to find something new. Boat rental shop? Nope. What should we try next? I guess I can go back to the offices? Was there something more I was supposed to get from Grossberg? Oh, Robert Hammond. I didn't even check to see if we had a new thing for that. My bad. Who is this Hammond guy, anyway?
Mr. Hammond. He was the defense attorney in that case.
That case?
Yes, the DL6 incident.
DL6? Why does that sound familiar?
I think the DL6 is when Mia's mother, had some sort of court case she was a part of where they used a medium and she was wrong or something, and so something bad happened to their mom. She was ruined, as they said. And the bad guy from the second case had something to do with that. So I think that's what they're talking about.
Perhaps you remember.
And I'm sure someone mentioned it during the trial for Mia's murder.
That was the incident where the police were so at a loss that they used a spirit medium.
Wait, you don't mean... Was that medium my mother?
Yes, my dear. The spirit medium, Misty Fey, your mother, contacted the spirit of the victim. But the case was a loss. No conviction was made. The DL6 incident, yes. Happened 15 years ago. Very strange case indeed.
They never caught the criminal, right?
Correct. Misty Fey used her powers to talk to the spirit of the late victim. Her testimony led to charges being laid against one man. But Mr. Hammond won the case and the suspect was declared innocent.
And the police blame my mother, calling her a fraud. You were the one who helped her out then, right, Mr. Grossberg?
Yes, quite.
Thank you.
No, please, don't mention it.
DL6. Never thought I'd hear that name again.
But wait, what does that case have anything to do with Mr. Edgeworth?
It has everything to do with Mr. Edgeworth, my dear. The victim in the DL6 incident was none other than his father, Gregory Edgeworth.
What? His father?
If you want to know more, you should ask him yourself. Show him this. I'm sure he'll talk to you.
Wait. This is a photograph of my mother.
Misty Fey's photo added to the court record. Now we go see Edgy Boy. Yes, I knew you'd be back. Quiet. What's this? I was hoping you'd gotten my message the first time. Edgeworth, what about your defense? It's no concern of yours.
Guess he hasn't found anyone yet.
Edgeworth? It's only been a matter of hours since you last visited. Yet you've made incredible progress in your investigation. I'll admit, I'm impressed, Wright. You were always single-minded in your work, though. You hydrate, thank you, Demon. Appreciate that. Dr. Edgeman, like Eggman. Oh, so he looks like Mozart with that, the florals, huh? Edgeworth says, you're always single-minded in your work, though. Once you start on something, you always see it through, don't you? About the DL6 incident, right? DL6.
I didn't want you to find out about it. That is why I refused your offer to defend me. I'm sorry if it sounded like I thought you weren't up to the job. I just wanted to keep you away from Deal 6.
So, you still think it would have been better for me to stay away?
I don't know. Edgy boy, yay! Hell yeah, demon. But I see no point in hiding anything from you now. Very well. I ask whatever you like, and I will answer to the best of my abilities.
The Deal 6 incident, this is Edgeworth. The Deal 6 incident was when my father died. Right before my eyes. He was shot and killed, and I saw it all. My memories from that time are foggy. I suppose it's a self-defense mechanism. In any case, I suspect a suspect was arrested. A man. It's pretty clear he was the only one who could have killed my father. The spirit medium they used to talk to my late father said the same thing. It was an attorney by the name of Robert Hammond that cleared the suspect's name. And Hammond is the victim in the Gourd Lake murder? Correct. That spirit medium. That was my mom.
What? You mean your...
It's strange. I thought that terrible incident was about to end, and now, this. About to end? The Deal 6 incident happened 15 years ago. 15 years ago, on December 28th. December 28th? The statute of limitations on this case runs out in 3 days. What? Nick? What does that mean? When a case statute of limitations runs out, legally the case never happened. 3 days from now, DL6 will be closed. Forever. What happened to the suspect? The one who got off innocent? I don't know. He disappeared from the public view. Nobody knows where to. If he's still alive, he'd be about 50 years old now.
I guess I can understand why he'd go into hiding. It'd be hard to live a normal life after being a murder suspect in such a big case.
So was your father a lawyer?
He was. Gregory Edgeworth. He was quite famous at the time, apparently.
So you were sort of trying to follow in his footsteps?
Yeah. I'd rather not talk about it. Who would have thought there'd be a photo?
Edgeworth, did you shoot him?
What do you think, Wright?
I don't think you're the kind to point a gun at anyone. No. So you didn't shoot him?
No, I didn't. It wasn't me.
Right.
It pains me to ask you this now.
I know. You want us to defend you.
Yes.
Will you?
Of course we will.
Nah, who could have guessed that this day would come?
Not me.
This is my chance to finally pay you back. Pay him back?
Pay me back? For what? I don't remember ever doing anything for you.
Never mind. I guess you don't really need to know.
Huh? My letter of request. Please give it to Detective Gumshoe. Edgeworth request put in pocket. Well, I guess we should... Huh?
What's that? Earthquake! Nick! It's a big one! Whoa! It's calming down. Phew, that was scary.
Huh? Where's Edgeworth?
There! He's on the floor in a ball, shivering. I guess he doesn't do well with earthquakes.
I've heard of running, but curling up in a ball?
Well, I guess we're done. Mr. Edgeworth doesn't seem like he's going to stand up anytime soon. Let's go, Nick.
Right.
We have to give Edgeworth's letter of request to Detective Gumshoe.
That's funny. He's just like on the ground in a fucking fetal position, just sucking his thumb. December 25th, Police Department, Criminal Affair. What's going on here?
Eek! What's wrong, Detective?
This wild lady comes in here just a while ago. Says she came to talk to y'all after hearing what Mr. Wright had to say. What's this all about, pal?
A lot of heart.
Why are you going around finding more witnesses? You want to give Mr. Edgeworth a death sentence, pal?
No, not at all. Just, I mean, she did see something. There's nothing I can do about that.
Yeah, it's like funny that Gumshoe would do that, because it's like, you should want all the evidence, because you should be wanting to find the truth. You know, especially Gumshoe. Like, Gumshoe, just because, like, this is a conflict of interest for Gumshoe, because he obviously wants to bend the case so that Edgeworth is in the clear no matter what, if he's talking like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, what kind of cop are you, bro? You're supposed to just want to find the truth and get justice, man. So if it really was Edgeworth, you should be, you know, looking through that angle as well.
Just, I mean, she did see something. There's nothing I can do about that. I can't go around covering up evidence.
You trying to say something about the way I do my job?
No, sir.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and talk to him first, then I'll present the request.
So, what did Miss Hart say?
She says she saw Mr. Edgeworth fire the pistol.
What?
She even had a photograph to prove it.
Right, I saw it too. But you really can't tell from the photo who it is, who was shooting.
That's why she said she's going to enlarge the photo.
There's that zooming in hands right there. She's gonna enlarge the photo.
She said it'll drop the quality a mite, but should let us see who's who.
She can do that?
Okay, so there's something to be in large photograph. Oh, so there's going to be an enlarged photograph that shows Edgeworth in the act. Great. Just great.
In any case, she's going to be the one testifying tomorrow.
Huh? What happened to the other witness?
Well, apparently there was a cancellation.
A cancellation?
I mean, the other witness should have been like the main reason they thought it was Edgeworth, right? So that's kind of crazy.
Tomorrow's trial. I'm afraid tomorrow is going to be a life or death for poor Mr. Edgeworth. We've got a witness who says she saw the very moment of the murder. We got a photo taken when the shot rang out.
I'd say that sounds like a pretty unwinnable case. But wait, what did Mia used to say? If he's innocent, there's got to be something I've overlooked.
Sounds like Mr. Edgeworth is going to ask the state to assign a public defender. I was just asked to file the paperwork. But you still got time, pal. Go talk to him again for me, please. You have to convince him. You have to make him let you defend him, please. I know you're the only one who can do it, pal. You're the only one who can save Mr. Edgeworth.
Look what I got.
Hey, you did it, pal. Glad I waited till the last minute to file those papers. I'll rip them up and start new ones for you.
Thanks, Detective.
We'll see you in court tomorrow, then. Good luck, pal. Hey! You guys feel that earthquake a little while back? I was worried.
Worried? We're fine. I've lived out here my whole life. I'm pretty used to them by now.
Yo, I wasn't worried about you two. I was worried about Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, right.
He did seem to overreact a little, now that you mention it.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised. It was a pretty big quake. I'm going to check on him. You two go eat and get your rest for tomorrow's trial. Later.
I wonder what it is with Mr. Edgeworth and earthquakes.
I wonder. He was never that scared of them when he was in school.
It's gonna come up in the trial.
Then again, I only really got to know him in 4th grade. He transferred to another school after that. I wonder what happened to Edgeworth.
To be continued. Next time on Domm Dynamite.
Save your progress now.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I think I'm going to call it there, guys, because we're pretty close to 10 o'clock, and I'm going to try to do better about trying to end before 10 so I can get better sleep. So I think we're going to call it there for this week, but we will definitely be continuing this next week, next Tuesday. Let me pop on up here. Get a little music going. There it is. All right, yeah, thanks, Steven, for coming to hang out, man. Yeah, since you're new to the channel, usually what I like, how I form my channel, how I schedule my channel is I have a different game every day of the week, but the same games week to week. So I usually like try to finish games or whatever. So definitely come out and check it out again. It was fun. Thank you. I really appreciate that, man. Yeah, if you like the whole voices or whatever, and the, I don't know, the wig and stupid shit like that, this is definitely the place to come hang out, dude, because I like to do that as often as I can. So definitely come hang out, dude. This is the most of that you'll get is this day for sure. Story time is usually when I go try to go all out and everything, but yeah, definitely come back again, man. Come hang out. So yeah, for the rest of the week, the schedule is Wednesday, tomorrow, I'm going to be doing itch.io games. So we're going to be doing, we did this last week and it was a lot of fun. We're going to go on itch.io, just kind of put some random filters in and just see what kind of games catch our eye, and we'll see what happens, you know, see if we find some good ones, bad ones, whatever. Then Thursday, I'm still not quite sure. I haven't locked in the game for Thursday yet, since we're starting something new again this week. But I'll definitely have something by Thursday, so don't worry about that. But then Friday, we're going to have The Witcher 3. I think that's probably getting close. I think we're like part 8 or 9 now. It's definitely going to go longer than any of the Red Deads did individually. Because I think Red Dead 2 went to like 8 parts, I think, that I finally finished it. And then it's unofficial, but I think you guys can pretty much plan on it. Simulation Sunday is going to be happening. I don't know exactly what time period it'll be. It'll probably be like Central Time, maybe around 2 or 3 when I'll start. Yeah, I'll be doing some more lawn mowing this Sunday if you guys want to come hang out while I mow some lawns, you know? Get that business going. Yeah. Other than that, that's the rest of this week's schedule, guys. So to close out the stream tonight, I figured we'd go ahead and raid old Papa Wolf. He's a good friend of the channel, and he's also a mod on the channel. Love to show him the love anytime we can. He's playing Quake right now. I think it's his Boomer Shooter Day, I think is what he's calling Tuesday. So let's go hang out with him, see how he's doing in Quake, huh? But you have a good night too, DeWitt. Thanks for coming to hang out, man. I really appreciate it. I feel like we had a lot of fun tonight, well, as we do every night, right? All right, guys, let's go ahead and raid Papa. Here we go. Thanks to everybody who's joining on that raid. I always love being able to go hang out with somebody afterwards. Okay, raid's ready. All right, guys, one more time, thanks again for hanging out, and we'll see you tomorrow for some itch.io dumpster diving. All right, we'll see you later, guys.